That should be good for setup. That should be
Hello?
good for setup.
Hello.
Okay. That was weird. I came back and you know what I saw on my computer?
What'd you see?
Ultra porn.
My start menu was 5 times as large as it normally was.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Like your native resolution got all fucked up, or
No. Like, you know how you can expand the size of your start menu?
No, I did not.
Like, your taskbar.
Yep, didn't know that.
Yeah. You can grow and shrink the size of your taskbar. It can, like, take up to half of your screen space.
Well, it just sounds
my.
silly.
Yeah, kinda. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing?
What kind of silly shit are you getting into?
I don't
I-
know, man. My computer is, like, revolting.
Oh.
Maybe
Trying
because
to
I
run
haven't used
games
it in,
from
like, 2 weeks.
2006.
Whose fault is that? Steven? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I want, mate.
So, when we last left our intrepid heroes,
Nah.
Moose's sword got stolen.
Is the table live?
It's fine. We shot down the dragon. And
Is
by
the
we, I
table
mean
live?
Snow.
No, table's not up yet.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Dan was doing the intro, and I was like, but I don't have the table yet.
I'm getting there. I'm trying to multitask.
It's scary in the menus.
That music is kind of freaky out.
You know what's
Oh, I muted
crazy?
that menu immediately.
Yeah, I turned that off a long time ago too. But like, what's super weird about Tabletop Simulator is the developer is like Berserk Games or something like that, and their logo is like this blood-stained wording of their name, and then you get into the like most twisted like elevator music you've ever fucking heard. Like,
Yeah.
Get ready for this wild elevator ride.
So, when table's live, by the way.
Yeah.
you gonna be using it in any sort of immediacy, or
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. Just it is live for those that want to play with dice and whatnot or do stuff.
I do not see the table. There it is.
I bought a dice tower.
Nice.
Like a real life dice tower?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wanted something nice and fun.
Okay.
Where'd you get it from?
Good reason.
Wormwood.
Ooh.
yeah, I got their Adventurers
Oh,
Vault
that's
Kickstarter.
Wormwood's nice stuff. Holy shit.
I wanted to get the nice stuff.
When they did their, I think it was their second run of their Adventurers Vault, which is basically like a dice tray, like a dice and mini protector that sits inside a dice tray with like a nice leather strap. So it like they sit, yeah. So I did that, and then the world went to shit. I think I think I had it for a few months
Oh,
when we were still like meeting in person. And now since everything's digital and it's just fucking easier to roll and freaking
Digitally. Roll
yeah,
digitally.
rolling like a Beyond and whatnot. I haven't really even been
Alright,
using it.
I need to be more on the ball about.
I bought this just 'cause I decided I wanted something fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start doing in session or
I
in
will do
person
what I
stuff
can
again
to
at some point.
not inundate chat with coffee.
It just hasn't really lined up for
Yeah.
like the groups as a whole, essentially.
So, yeah.
Can't make me, Stan.
I won't.
You can't do it.
I mean, technically speaking,
Roll a will save.
Only the shit
Uh,
DMs do that.
I don't think there's
Okay.
will saves anymore.
Yeah,
Would that be a wisdom save?
Just keep fucking up my words.
so yes, Guardian needs to go get his sword back, because a dragon stole it.
Like a dick. And Stan had plans for that, but we were like, nah, we're just gonna kill him.
I don't think
Fucking
so, Buster.
longbows. 600 range bullshit. Goddamn. Fucking.
Goddamn longbow asshole.
And you hit at disadvantage. That's the bullshit part. Like,
I mean, I blessed him when by the time he was rolling at disadvantage. So
still,
like he has a ridiculous flat plus, and he was adding a D, or wait, is it D4?
1d4.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
D4.
The bless is D4, so
Yeah.
like 1 to
Damn.
4 to those as well. So pretty decent.
And for what it's worth, I was
Decent.
looking forward to seeing what you had in mind for stealing my longsword.
I mean, for what it's worth, I constantly feel completely irrelevant in most fights because shit just keeps taking to the air lately. And
Tell
I'm
me
gonna
about it.
need to figure something out pretty soon for that, because I feel like most of the later half of this campaign is probably going to be a lot of aerial combatants since there's a lot of dragons involved. So
Save money for winged boots. That's my plan.
how much do those cost?
Like 8,000.
Okay, I almost have enough for
I'll
that.
pitch in.
See, I figure what we could do is we'll just tie a rope around your waist and then have Skarnir toss you at flying enemies.
Or we could just lash
the
me to
yo-yo
Skarnir.
method.
You
Yes.
get wing boots, and then you tie me to your back. we only need one pair of wing.
Yeah, we can work this through.
But yeah, so there's been some limitations to a like melee only character, mostly melee character that I'm
Okay.
running into.
So,
Oh,
Durak,
that is a nice
you have
space tower.
another potential issue. You have a Nikoloth and a Mesoloth that you need to.
Oh yeah, that was how we ended that session.
You need to pay off.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Where's
Chip,
the
I wanted
mo-
to apologize. I wasn't trying to like dick move you there. It's just like you can't really pretend to be unconscious through any level of scrutiny. And I didn't think they were going to leave, so that wasn't more like a yeah, I just healed him just to fuck you. That was just kind of a
It's fine. I know how to deal with it now.
yeah. I
Where's
just
the money, Lebowski?
when it went down,
Give
I was
us
like,
the
I
money,
didn't. That
Lebowski.
wasn't my intent when it happened, but I realized kind of how like, oh, that was kind of shitty. I was just
I'm like,
thinking of
"What?"
the fact. Yeah, I was just thinking of the fact that like you can't really pretend to be dead if people can like check your pulse. So
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. Anyway, but I figured it out. I figured out how to deal with the situation.
hell yeah, you had 2 weeks to lawyer. I can't wait.
Actually, I figured it out like 15 minutes after we ended, where
Oh,
I was
okay.
lying in bed and falling asleep. I'm like, oh, the deal was I would pay them 9,000 gold if they did not get involved in the fight.
Ooh,
And they
yeah,
healed
no.
me during the fights.
Oh,
They
Shit.
got involved.
I mean, technically the fight was over by that point,
Uh,
but here's the even better technicality. You never determined that there was no terms laid out about time frame.
That was my second point.
Yeah.
Was no terms, but the first one was it was actually not. We weren't done. They healed me twice. Or they healed me once and you healed me once.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
they did heal you one time
Yeah.
while the fight was still going on, and then I healed you, and then they stabbed you.
goddamn, what a
just-
devil move.
Just a little bit of a stab, but it was stab nonetheless.
Yes.
So there's a couple interesting loopholes you can try to pull. I mean, whether or not they're going to be amenable to the spirit of the deal being broken is entirely up to the fates here. So let's see what happens. I'd like to layaway plan this devil's bargain.
Man, where do you shop? Kmart? What the hell?
Nah, I
I
shop Sky Mall.
Or easy payments.
I have a backup plan in case if that doesn't work. But yeah, first argument, they voided the deal when they healed me because the act of healing me means they got involved in the battle.
You there, Stan?
Who exactly? Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure. That still means that you owe us, because as you can see, we're not devils.
That's true.
We have no particular need to follow up with any laws or... Just give us the money. Yeah, give us the money.
Yeah, give you the money. Hey, we made a deal. The deal was I would pay you and you would stay out of the battle. You broke the deal. You got involved in the battle.
I don't see a contract.
If there is no contract, then how do you know that I owe you money?
Witnesses.
Okay. I'm going to Who is this guy right next to me? Pete. I will ask Pete. Did you witness us make a contract at the beginning of the fight?
I didn't see nothing. You were talking to something, but I don't know what was going on.
I'll look back at the Nikoloth and say, see? No witnesses. They saw nothing.
Know this, Durok. You have made an enemy.
Oh,
An
no,
enemy
that
that
was
can
just...
be paid off.
I am well aware. I was going to offer you a second deal, considering that you are mercenaries. You broke the first one, but I won't break the second. Due to my unique nature, I was willing to offer you a lot more gold than you can make here on the Mortal Realms.
We're listening. Yeah, we're listening. There's one that's shorter and
Oh
smaller.
my
and
god.
Yeah, I know.
I like to think that
You
voice is actually the
know-
big one.
There was
I was about to say that, yes.
Sure,
at,
that's the big one.
at anime Detour one year, they did a like a reading of an old like the Shadow radio play.
Oh my
A
god.
bunch of voice actors basically did. But they had they had a couple volunteers from the audience to play some random like side characters, and these two guys, these fucking legends, basically got up there and like yucked it up with like the most like over the top stereotypical like uh Brooklyn gangster accents, and it was phenomenal.
God, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was
That
pretty
does sound
cool.
awesome.
Were they just doing their best Joey Wheeler impersonation?
No, it was even
Brooklyn
better because they were
Rage.
doing like a Pinky and the Brain sort of bit between the two of them too. Where like one of them was like the like kind of the Roscoe, and the other guy was the smarter one. It was really good.
Perfect.
It's great. So you know about the Blood War? I'm asking the
They do. I have no
Mesoamerican
fucking
name.
clue what you're talking about.
So have you heard of the Blood War?
Oh yeah, the Blood War.
That's a great
The
pickup
Blood
line.
War.
The in-universe conflict. Blood War, ancient conflict range between lower fiends and lower planes, two main sides of the lower demons. Inhabitants of the devil, the plane of chaos of the abyss, and the devils, representing equally evil but lawful realm of the nine hells. Neutral Yugoloths played against both sides one against one another. Blood War had raged on since age before ages, when a time when the prime material plane had not been developed. Massive, spanning entire planes of reality, hosting an almost infinite number of fiends. Endless wars, profit mercenaries, and arms dealers.
It's just a massive battle, and it's ongoing. That's what the the book with Zariel Avernus.
Oh, Descent into
Descent into
Avernus.
Avernus. One of the problems with the Descent into Avernus that you have to deal with, I believe, is the fact that the Blood War is still going on because it never really stopped. When you have the access, when elemental chaos touches against the nine hells, is basically constant battle. So part of the reason why I can offer such good deals is because basically all the devils that I send down to hell get immediately drafted into the Blood War.
Okay, yeah, I would. Yes, they are. They are. Well, they just kind of like they look at you like, and because of are you stupid? Of course we know what the Blood War is.
Do you know what the Throne Skull is?
Yeah.
It's like asking a fighter, "Do you know what a sword is?"
Yes. Part of my duty up here is to find volunteers for the Blood War. Would you like, let's say, 10,000 gold per death?
10,000 gold per death of what?
Your death. You don't care if you die. You're a Yuggoth. And it will be standing every time you die, every time you feel like you need a little bit more gold or you want to go kill things. 10,000 gold.
I'm not understanding it from a GM's perspective what you're offering them.
Yuggoths are immortal as long as you don't kill them in hell.
Yeah.
Not like the 9 layers. So
Yeah.
I'm offering them, they go fight, and when they die, they get paid.
By whom?
The organization I'm working for.
They would want to see proof of contract on this.
Oh, I could write up a contract on that. I am a salesman. Of course I have contracts on this.
Okay, Chip, that is what you are doing. You are working out that.
Okay.
Didn't they just die constantly? Never have to work again. just to get
Meanwhile-
10,000 gold. That's not a good deal.
I'm assuming Jessica, Skarnir, and Snow are all looking for the sword.
No, Jessica came back inside to tend to the wounded, which is, I think, mainly Jerry.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if anyone else got caught up in any crossfire.
Pete got hit once or twice, but
Okay.
you know, it's like
Yeah, if he's not in any sort of danger, I would. I don't have a lot of healing in me at this point, but
no, it's more along the lines of just applying first aid. Okay.
okay. Yeah, I can do a little bit of that.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a couple of medicine checks, because this is D&D and somebody should be rolling some fucking dice.
Roll those fucking dice.
Can't make me. I told you that earlier. You didn't believe me. Da, 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 da.
Excuse me.
How many?
2.
14 and a 6.
Pete's. We'll use the 14 on the one who's critically injured, and Pete just winces as you start trying to bandage his wounds. He's being a little bit of a baby about it.
I apologize. I'm like, look, I usually rely on the sort of spiritual end of these things. I'm not exactly a trained physician or even in field dressing. Honestly, one of you probably would be better at this than I. I look at the other 3 hunters.
Yeah, they yeah, no, you've done enough. Let's just
Yeah, just kind of said I felt like I had to offer because I really appreciate you stepping in and helping out there.
so
Obviously, we weren't expecting the outfit change and monologue, and just really all of that was a bit over the top. And
Yeah.
I think the stable's gone. I was
yeah,
only outside for a little bit, but
the stable is fucked.
it's
The
pretty much.
horses,
Hopefully, you didn't have any horses out there.
we didn't.
Perfect. I apologize to anyone else. I think a dragon ate your horse.
I need everybody who had a horse in the stable to roll 1d4.
I mean, wait, didn't Skarnir protect the actual horses?
2.
I got a 4.
2.
Or was that not something that happened?
It was not something that happened.
Okay, I thought he was trying to protect the horses.
I mean, he was trying to, in the sense that he was trying to kill the dragon that destroyed the stable.
4.
I heard a 2, a 4, a 2, and what?
A 4.
Okay. So everyone got above a 1. The horses are fine. Just a 25% chance to if your horses died. Because there was an acid breathing dragon just melting the stable. So
Yeah, it was a real fun time.
I remember it being just like sunshine, lollipops.
It's crazy that you basically soloed a dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah, Skarnir
It's
had a
not.
grand old
It's
time.
not really.
it's not crazy.
No.
Okay.
CR is bullshit. You guys are starting to get in. You guys are well into the second tier.
Yeah. I mean, we like just from a maths perspective, we already talked about how this fight wasn't even really like in our favor at all, or even like realistic. So I
Yeah.
honestly just don't think fifth edition is very well balanced, like in their adventure paths. I think they're very like every fight is meant to just wipe the party, and the party
Well,
has to not wipe.
This is the fight was not as stated. Okay.
Okay, well,
I
how
modify
extra was
things.
it?
Huh?
How extra was it?
I added 2 extra guys.
Okay, was it just the 2 demons?
No, it was
Oh.
2 of these chumps in the middle.
Goddamn chumps.
Okay.
Wow,
And
especially
the
since
chumps were the ones that gave us the hard time.
Yeah.
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 But yeah.
I modify fights to what I think you guys can handle.
Fair enough.
I had an absolute blast.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in that fight. I don't
knew
think
Skarnir could take a fucking dragon.
I'm
I
pretty
wanted
sure
to
we
keep
would have lost
Skarnir.
if those if Chip didn't handle those demons. We would have not. I think it was razor edge enough. So good
Yeah.
job.
Yes.
Like it was the tension was definitely high in that fight.
Good. That's what I mean, you
Um,
guys. There should never be a travel sequence without something happening to you guys.
mhm.
That's my rule.
Okay.
It's your rule, eh, Stan?
Yeah, it's my rule.
What if never mind. I was gonna say something, but I realized like functionally that did happen, and it still almost ended up in several people dying.
What?
So I was like, what if we just find some hookers on the side of the road? But then I realized we did. They were doppelgangers, and they tried to murder a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So never mind. I'm like, no, don't give Stan the idea. We don't need more roadside hookers. They're dangerous.
Murder hookers.
All right.
Can we get more fake werewolves?
Oh yeah,
You know.
I remember those as well. Can we get some real
I
fake
thought that-
doors up in here?
I thought you were talking about the murder werewolves. Those were the groupies.
Lally ho, guys. Lally ho.
Oh, as you guys are just following a straight track towards where the dragon crashed.
Skarnir's following Snow. He knows the way. I
Okay,
assume.
Yeah.
Garnier has dark vision.
Yeah, both of us do.
Okay.
Skarnir has the further reach, but both have dark vision.
Okay. I knew Snow had dark vision. Skarnir, what gives you dark vision? Aren't you human?
Giant.
Rune Knight stuff.
Okay, that's fine then. I just blows my mind.
I want to say
Maybe-
it's the
Maybe he's just so
Stone
angry he
giant?
can see in the dark. Stan.
Shut up.
Probably the stone giant thing. They're usually underground, so.
No, I just.
Yeah,
for
it'd be
those
the
that
stone giant
don't
one
know-
because it gives him advantage on wisdom or like insight, and gives him dark vision 120 feet.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's like good dark vision.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are. I want you both to make survival checks.
Dice tower.
Tracking through the forest.
Looking through the forest, bopping
Could've
all the
11.
field
better.
mice, hitting them on their heads.
14.
I know.
Keep an eye out for Shia LaBeouf.
Dear God, not while I don't have
Actual
my sword.
cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Running for your life, it's Shia LaBeouf.
This isn't
Legendary
to track a
fight
dragon, but it's kind of
Shia
to
LaBeouf.
track a dragon. Is this advantage?
Regular Tuesday night.
Yes, that's why I said. Forest.
If something dies, does Hunter Mark automatically go away, or is it still
Yes.
technically cast on them?
That would
Okay.
worse.
Nope. It is.
What Hunter's Mark is concentration. Technically, if I haven't stopped concentrating, I can throw it on the next thing within the duration of an hour.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but I
but
meant was like you could
it-
basically know exactly where the body was if it didn't immediately drop off when it died.
But yeah, when the creature dies, it is no longer subject to any effects on it, including Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. So it'll be like, oh, did it die in the air or when it hit the ground?
It died in the air.
So there's going to be a slight.
I know the general trajectory,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys know the general trajectory,
and I
but
could see it anyway from up on top of the inn. So I know where we're going vaguely
vaguely,
specifically.
you know generalized
Vaguely
direction,
specifically.
but you do not know Hunter's Mark is not
Yes.
on it anymore because when the creature dies,
Yeah.
it is no longer subject to the mark.
Either way, I think from having the mark on it when it died and then being able to see which direction it was falling, I'm pretty confident.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Ooh. 13.
13. You've got an idea. It's not a great idea, but you've got an idea.
Confident in our abilities.
So, there was a 14 for your first roll. What was the advantage?
Worse.
Okay. And Skarnir, you got an 11. Okay. You guys start like making your way through the forest. You get to the point where the dragon should have come down. You know that you've gone at least 500 feet into the forest, you know?
Uh,
'Cause-
okay. I would say personally, I would assume that it's gonna be like, 500, 600 feet in. Like it was falling, so unless it starts dropping straight down.
no, it's not. But like I said, you guys get to about 500 feet, you know, and like, okay,
Okay.
we know that this is the bare minimum.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Well,
it was right at the edge range because it was like 550 feet away from
Ye-
you when you shot it.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna relay to Skarnir. It should be around here, maybe a little bit farther in. Hmm, maybe no more than 200 more feet. 300 at the farthest.
What? Tell me how you guys are searching. What's your search pattern like?
Well,
Are you sticking together? Are you branching out? Or like you take, this cone, I take this cone. What's your search methodology?
probably split up. One going left, one going right for a certain distance. Once they reach that certain distance, sort of zip back around, make a Z pattern, trying to cover as
Um,
much area as possible until we find broken trees of a dragon corpse. Crash.
okay, yeah, we could do that. Otherwise, I could move 25 feet to the right, you could move 25 feet to the left, and we could just start walking parallel 50 feet apart. That would give us a huge range of coverage on our dark vision.
Yeah, but how dense are the trees in this forest?
Pretty dense. I mean, it's enough that like trying to fire an arrow more than 20 feet away would be near impossible.
Oh, you know what? I still have Hunter's Mark up. I'm Hunter's marking you. I know where you are. So I can maintain a distance. So I can maintain that distance. If you start to veer, I can just move closer to you.
Yeah, and if you step out of line, he can come track you down and kill you with
Yeah.
advantage or with a bonus.
All right.
I'll
I mean-
allow it.
I am a creature.
Creature feature.
All right.
I mean, technically, it doesn't have to be willing. It just says within range. So
Take that.
that
Take that to the bank and smoke it.
way, I have
Yeah.
advantage on checks to find you if I need to.
Nice.
Perception and survival. Oh,
But,
and
yeah.
I'll technically know if you drop below 0 hit points because it'll drop off you.
Nice. But yeah, a nice Z pattern search formation should work well.
Okay.
How much health? How much health are you at again?
45.
Oh, okay. I'm pumping myself with a second level cure wounds because I'm at 8.
Good strategy, Cotton.
Kind of thinking about my health as we're walking through a forest.
I'm thinking about toes.
Damn. 2d8. Where's my d8? Here we go. Woo, that sucks ass. That's 5 health. Nope,
Ooh, boy.
not 5, 6. I'm gonna do it again. Because I want more than that. That's a little bit better. That's 8 health.
Nice.
Everybody, go ahead and give me or not everybody, but you two. I want perception checks from each of you.
Perception checks.
Does that include me?
Right.
No, you guys
You're
are
not out in the...
back at the inn.
Am I doing this one
Ooh.
at advantage?
No, this is
No. Okay.
not dragon related.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
I
I got
rolled
a
a 4
5.
anyway.
Ooh, that's really good. That's 25. Wait,
25.
perception? Hold on. Yes, 25.
Perception.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, 25.
Um, as you are going about, you can see up ahead. There appears to be several figures. Skarner, you can see things like moving throughout the trees, but you're not able to make it out. Like, obviously, you have the dark vision, so you can make the check and whatnot, but you're not
Yeah,
sure
but if
what
I don't
is.
notice something, I don't notice something with a 5 perception.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
a 5 perception does notice that there are things moving through the trees. You know, it's not like whatever this is trying to hide itself.
okay, what exactly do I see?
You've got 8 or 9 elves, wood elves,
Okay.
and they appear to be crawling over something and lashing ropes and whatnot.
How far me and Scar? How far are we apart?
You guys have managed to with the hunter's mark in place. You guys have managed to maintain like maybe a 60-foot distance. There was one particularly large tree that.
Okay. I mean, this isn't the direction that we're heading.
Yeah.
Okay, I am gonna start to angle so that I'll meet up with Skarnir before we reach them.
Okay. They're about. They're probably about 200. Probably about 100 yards out. So that's
Okay.
when you guys are starting to notice them and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. By the time that we're at least like 100 feet away, I want to meet up with Skarnir.
Yeah, you guys can do that.
Okay. Does it look like they're that they found the dragon carcass?
Probably.
Okay.
There appears to be various pools of acid that have cut holes through the canopy as you begin getting closer.
That's a good sign.
It does seem like my handiwork and your handiwork, our handiwork. Um, what do you think? Do we just shall we approach?
I mean, you said they were elves, right?
Yes.
We're
I
not
suppose
always
we.
suspicious of the elves.
I don't. We shouldn't be, but I don't know. Yeah, unless we know that we can trust them. Maybe they're Melendrox people.
Tell you what,
These
I'll
are
hang
Melindroth
back a bit.
lands, so
I'll
Or,
hang
sorry,
back
they're
a
what?
bit. I'm a kind of a noisy gentleman. you could see if you could sneak forward and get a view of what exactly they're doing.
And they were what, Stan?
Wood elves.
Oh yeah.
These are Melindrock's woods, so
Oh yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember how close we'd actually made it at this point.
you guys are about 100 feet out. That's you guys have not advanced any further than that at this point, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Ooh, let me check my languages real quick. Ooh, I do speak Elvish. Woo. Just in case. Okay, yeah. Snow will approach as he's about 50 feet away, so half the distance between Skarnir and the elves, unless Skarnir approached a
Are
little
you
closer.
are you attempting stealth, or are you just hail and well met?
Yeah. In Elvish, I'm gonna call out, well met, friends. Hello, I am here. Do not be alarmed.
All Might.
If we're doing the well-met approach, Skarnir will be alongside.
Okay.
Because the only reason he would hang back is if stealth was going to be attempted.
Oh, yeah, no. If we were gonna do stealth, I think I would want you to walk forward and I would hang back.
You do know
why-
I'm really
why have-
terrible at stealth, right?
No, but that's the point. Is I'm good at stealth, so I could be behind you, hidden, with a bow.
You want to use me as bait?
I think that is what he
No.
just described.
I do believe that
I'm-
is
I'm almost
No, I would
positive.
use you
I
as a
do-
human shield
that,
because
that's
I'm
the
squishy.
same thing.
Because I'm squishy.
I
Plan
think
B? What's plan B? Wait. The B stands for bait? Plan B is bait?
Bees.
Moose, you can take inspiration for that.
is that from something?
It's Mass Effect.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I just watched you do that. God damn it, Seth Green.
Yeah, no. Both Skarnir and Snow can take inspiration for that. That's
Yay.
Skarnir's just like, you want to use me as what?
These fucking guys.
so. As you guys are,
Use the cripple as bait.
two of the elves disengage from what you assume to be the dragon carcass, and step forward to greet you. You are not elven. You are definitely not elven. What are you doing in these lands?
Are they
Looking for-
speaking Elvish?
They are speaking Elvish.
Okay, Skarnir has
Because-
no idea what they're saying. Snow takes the lead.
Because, and it was Skarnir, you are not Elvish, and then Snow, you are definitely not Elvish.
Okay, I'm the definitely not. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure which one was the definitely
You're
not.
a very fuzzy elf.
Yeah. I speak the native language.
What, haven't ever heard of Cat Elf before? I don't think you're well traveled enough to be having this conversation with me. What, never got out of this forest? Huh?
What are you doing in these lands?
We are looking for you.
They look at each other and point to the other one.
Specifically, we are looking for a village within King Melindrock's kingdom, his domain. If I scroll down here real quick, hold on, give me a second. We are looking for the village of Atlant.
What business do you have with Atlant?
I had a conversation, and I have a reliable source that Atlant was the last place that there was a dragon attack on Melindrock's woods, and we are I'll switch back to common. Would you say we're ambassadors? Or what? What
I would
was our
say
title?
we're more emissaries than ambassadors. I don't know about official titles, though.
At
You're
this
asking
point,
the
I
wrong
switched.
man.
At this point, I switched to common. Just realizing that maybe Skarner doesn't speak Elvish.
Hi, yes, I speak a lot of things. Well, I speak two things, and they're definitely not Elvish.
In Elvish, really quick. Apologies, friends. Common, please. Then I'll switch back. I'll point to Skarner as I say common, please.
Bracken Z
Give me a
Espanol.
diplomacy check.
Eh? Oh
Persuasion.
boy.
Diplomacy?
So persuasion.
I'm not good at this. That's a 5.
No, we will continue in the king's tongue.
Fair. Very
Darn,
fair.
it'll be
Very
fine.
fair. As
That's-
you wish. I'll just do
This
like
is their land. This is their. Fuck
I'll
you.
just,
Sorry,
I'll just,
Skarner, but
I'll just do like
Hey,
that
no, it's
translator
completely
thing
fair.
where I'll just say things twice really quick, and
yeah.
I'll summarize it real quick in common. Like every time anybody says anything, I'll kind of halfway turn my head to Skarnir so that I can get the point across that I'm translating for him.
Sure.
Even though, I mean, they probably speak common, but.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do speak common.
And
They're
because
just
of the
not
fact
going
that they
to.
don't want to, they get to listen to the conversation twice.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude, but at the same time, I'm trying to include my friend. So.
Yeah, well, that's the
Hello.
irony. Is they're trying to be rude and they're just inconveniencing themselves. So
Yeah, it works out
I'm being
wonderfully in our
polite.
favor.
If anything, I'm being extra polite.
Yep. That's the real way to show a troll.
Where were we? I
Give me an insight check.
inside.
So, yeah.
That's still shitty. This dice tower's not doing me any favors. Oh wait, I have proficiency in insight. That's at least 11.
An 11.
Hey, there you go.
Could have been really bad.
They are stalling for time.
Are these elves trying to steal my sword?
Do you ask me that?
No, that
No,
was out of
just-
character. Sorry.
No, the fact that they know that they speak common, they know that you're going to translate everything. They're hearing the conversation twice.
Well,
They're
okay.
stalling.
Well, if they're stalling, to be fair, we came here searching for the sword. I'm pretty sure we would make that a point. Sorry, I didn't. Oh, I should have verbalized it. Other than greeting them, I was going to make a point to locate visually the sword. I should say that now since I didn't earlier.
Okay. Give me a perception check then.
Ooh, 22? 22.
You can see it on a wheelbarrow along with other parts and things and stuff.
As Snow is going to, just in case Skarnir has not made this glance around, Snow is going to put his hand on Skarnir's arm and point to the wheelbarrow. And in common, I'll say, if you don't mind, my friend has to retrieve his weapon if we are not going to include him in the conversation. Like, you're going to be rude, so I might as well just let Skarnir go do a thing.
I'm gonna go do a thing.
They back up as you approach further.
Peace, friends. All I want is my sword back.
At one of them, they look at the other. They're muttering something in Elven, basically saying they're claiming right of salvage.
Did you kill this? Did you kill this?
No, but they started salvaging it.
Tell me,
My
elves,
friends-
It
have
has
you ever
landed in
pissed a
their
dragon
woods
off so
further.
much it steals your weapon to add to its hoard?
It may be your woods. It is not your kill.
Tell you what, are you bringing the salvage back to your village?
We are.
Would we be
Well-
able to accompany you so we can negotiate for my property back?
This is acceptable.
We can make a split on the spoils of parts, if that's agreeable.
Maybe you can help us with a potential problem.
Would it potentially be a green dragon?
They both look at each other, and they look at you, and they motion for you to follow them.
We have to retrieve our companions.
There's there's an undercurrent of shit. There's more of them. Once again, this is
yes.
all in Elven, so you have no ideas.
Skarner doesn't.
Skarner doesn't, but
Yes, we do indeed have more companions. As I was saying, we were on our way to locate Atlant so that we could assist you with this green dragon problem. Or rather, we're playing detective. We were trying to locate it, and we heard that Atlant was the last place it was spotted, and we were making our way there to ask questions.
we will accompany you. Gather your companions. The sword remains in our possession for now.
Just kill him.
Do you want to go get the companions and the horses, and I'll stay with them, or?
Yeah, I can do that.
Hey,
Okay.
Skarner, go get our army, and then
Go get the 700 men we've got stationed back at the pass.
and
Go
we've
get
got
the squad.
You even got 300 Spartans. The Master
Whoa.
Chief kind.
I'm not going to just give
But
you
they're-
your sword back. I'm
but
going to
they're
make you work for
shirtless.
it, okay?
Yeah, and I like the fact that you're making me work for it.
Snow's just trying to walk in and take his shit back. What? What is this?
I stole that sword fair and square,
So
okay?
he's gonna keep stealing it like a dick. This guy.
While Skarner is
Thank
going
you.
to retrieve the rest of the crew and the horses, I'm gonna walk over. Have they harvested any scales yet?
Oh yeah, like these guys are.
I'm gonna go
Give me,
over
a,
and
give me a straight D20 roll at advantage.
Ooh, at advantage. 16.
These guys are experts in
Nice.
salvage and in. They have like it's been maybe 10 minutes since this dragon came down. And the 6 to 8 of them that are working on this have they are stripping this dragon down like almost entirely. They have parts of dragon meat that are still good, parts of dragon meat that have been tainted by acid. They have like the acid bile is contained in such a manner that that like the acid sac that an acid dragon has been contained, so that way it's not going to damage other things. Claws, teeth, scales. Like
Nice.
it's been maybe 10 minutes since this thing came down, and
Somewhere in the multiverse, a single manly tear falls from Kish's eye.
I mean it's like that. It's like when you see a bunch of hoodlums, descend on a nice car that has been left there, and they manage to disassemble the car to just its frame in like seconds. You know that? That's what
Yeah.
they've done to this dragon.
That's fine. I'm gonna walk
And my
over.
sword is the CD player.
Dude, it
You
was
know-
a DC 20 to see your sword, okay? Because underneath all of the other dragon parts and whatnot.
While
And
we're
They know
waiting,
it's a dragon slaying weapon. They're not fools. And they could really use a dragon slaying weapon.
Too bad. We can use it more.
While we're waiting for the rest of the crew to get here, I'm gonna walk over. I'm not gonna walk over aggressively like I'm gonna take the sword back, but I am gonna pick out a nice tooth and a nice scale. And I'm gonna go, this is for my collection.
They look at you and they nod. And one of them actually asks to see your quiver.
Huh. I don't see why not.
They take one of your arrows from the quiver, and then they look at one of the broken arrows that they found, and then they put your quiver, like, they are acknowledging that, yes, this dragon was brought down by you.
Yeah.
Because arrows.
Yeah, fair.
The arrows match.
Absolutely.
They're not just gonna let you take away with stuff just on board alone.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, if I gotta prove it, that's fine. You know, we're pretty impressive.
Though. Like there have been a bunch of arrows in this thing. You know, you hit it a couple of times.
Yeah, I think I
Just
got
a
at least
couple.
like 4 or 5 hits in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna if they want to see it, I will out of one of the pockets of the quiver of Alona, I will pull out the rest of the scales that I have. I forgot to like specifically mention it. I've been saving 1 scale from each dragon that we've been able to salvage from.
You have like 3 or 4 at this point, right?
I don't remember how many actually it was because like I haven't been recording it, but I know that we
Neither
missed
have
that blue one.
Well, yeah,
we've killed
that
like
one
2
crashed into
whites.
the ocean.
Yeah, we've killed what 2 whites. Before that, did we kill something?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe it's just the 2 whites and the blue at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there was a white at the Cloud Giants, the white on the Berg, and the
Yeah.
blue, and then this black, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll show them the other 2 white scales, and I will go. Unfortunately, I was not able to salvage a prize from a blue that I also shot down. It fell into the great ice sea, hundreds of feet off of the iceberg.
They nod appreciatively and they go, "Your kind are necessary in times like these, you know. Lots of extra draconic activity. Don't know what's stirring them up, but
Well, do we have a tale for you? Once we reach your village.
so, Skarner, you get back.
Yes.
Chip is writing up a contract.
Yep.
How's everything here?
Talia's off in the corner with her 3 new hunter friends, sharing
Jessica.
rousing tales. Oh yeah, sorry, Jessica. Talia's breaking into this one.
She has broken through the boundaries of reality.
This is
Well,
bad
guys.
end. This is bad end. Talia. She's now become corrupted by the void and is here to bring the end.
Long story short, a bunch of elves have claimed right of salvage on my sword. We need to go to their village so I can get it back.
That doesn't even make sense. What? That's your sword.
Found on a dead body. Thus salvage.
I mean, couldn't you have just like taken it?
There were a number of them, and I didn't have my sword.
Oh wait,
I didn't
we're here
see much
looking
of
for
an
the elves
issue
anyway.
Exactly, I didn't see much of an issue in approaching the situation diplomatically.
It sounds like they're thieves to me.
So, came to
I mean,
collect you guys and the horses.
I don't know, man. I think the barn's gone.
Good thing I'm collecting the horses, not the stable.
Oh, they survived?
Oh yeah, horses are fine.
All right.
Spooked, but fine.
Are we taking them through the woods or leaving them here? How dense was the foliage?
You get a horse through there. You're not going to be going any faster or anything, but. If
But
you
by
didn't
bringing
want
them
to walk-
along, we don't need to double back to get the horses.
Fair enough. You done over there, Durak? I've understood like 1% of the conversation you've been having.
I don't know. Stan, am I done?
You know, I'm fine writing it off.
Okay.
You don't want to roleplay a lawyer session?
No.
Objection!
I do not blame you.
Well, you see,
I am
Your
not
Honor.
a lawyer. I do not want to be a lawyer.
I always wanted to be a lawyer. Make all the money. Rule the world.
Objection. Belay that.
Belay that,
alright.
belay that.
So, you guys get the horses, lead them through the woods back to the thing where they are finishing strapping down the last of their dragon carcass.
Oh joy. Alright, well, we've got our companions, so if you would be willing to lead us.
Yeah, let's see here. It takes you, walking and they're hauling stuff and whatnot. It takes you probably about 6 more hours of travel into the forest, before you start seeing other elves acting as sentry. Atlant is primarily a wood elf settlement, blending almost seamlessly into the forest around it. The village exists on 2 levels. There are a few structures built on the ground, and what appears to be some sort of monument to some ancient elf. You can probably make a check for something like that. Residences and village temple are built into the upper boughs of the forest, stringing rope bridges between these sites and constructing circular walkways around many of the trees. This place looks like it's under construction.
Stan? Stan?
Yes.
A 22 history check for that elf.
He is an elven ranger that was like the first tutor of King Melindrock.
Neat.
You know, back when the king was just a boy. So, you know, this is an old elf, because King Melindrock's like 500 years old. So.
Hey, Snow. Are you able to see if there's anywhere we can rest up for a bit, seeing as we're still
It's
a little winded?
almost 4 a.m.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Because you guys got here at night. Or as, you know, like, as...
Yeah, it was, the sun was basically going down, like, right, as we killed the dragon.
Yeah.
It was supper time.
Yeah.
So like 7, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so it's like 2 a.m.
It's at least like 2, yeah. Yeah, I'll ask them in Elvish. Gracious hosts, is there anywhere we might sleep? We are exhausted after slaying the dragon and making such a journey.
They a few of them nod and point to. You get the sense that actually a lot of these elves, like the ones that you were speaking with, understood common. Most of the elves in this village don't speak common
Ooh.
because they don't venture outside of the village.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll say to my companions, I have a sense that we are going to want to speak Elvish, if you know it.
I think you might be the only person in the party that speaks Elvish.
I kind of thought Jessica might, so I thought I'd throw that out there.
I don't really have. I know Common and Halfling, so like,
Gotcha.
I did not build Jessica to be a.
I don't know why I just
very
assume a lot of
knowledgeable
halflings know Elvish. I have no idea why I assume such things.
Tolkien.
Probably, yeah.
And I mean that's just because like the ones that were in story prevalence did, but
Yeah.
no, I don't think it's like a general thing for them to.
So, as you guys are, so Snow, you get the sense like there are a couple people who will be willing to put you up, but there's no formalized inn in this place. They each assign you to like a different family.
Okay.
Fancy.
Who boy. Well, I guess I'll ask the elves if any of the families speak common for my companions, because they don't speak Elvish.
Everybody roll a d20, except for Snow.
I think Halfling would work for me. I suppose we all have like some random languages. It's just not
Draconic
Not
and
Elvish.
Giant.
not Elvish.
Abyssal, Celestial, and Infernal. I rolled a 17.
I got a
17.
14.
That's the Talia special.
I got a 14.
14.
Similarly, if there's any families that just really like a good game of charades, Skarnir could go there.
What'd you get, Jessica?
9.
You got a 9? Okay. Jessica, you are able to find a family that is, that it does speak common. But the other two, you guys aren't. I flipped it, see? This was a low roll.
Oh.
Fucking bamboozled.
This guy got us like a son
Got
of a
us good.
bitch.
I hope this family's ready for charades, because they're going to get charades.
Like, they know a little bit of, like, trader language, you know, that they've been able to pick up on. But that's, you know,
Yeah, you traitor.
like,
Shots
they kind of, you know, enough to, you know, like, pantomime, like, this is where bathrooms are, here is a place where you can rest, you know, we will have some food in the morning.
Marvelous.
Oh, is the bibliothèque.
Yo
Mi
necesito.
biblioteca es destroyed, dragon.
¿Dónde está la computer de la bruja? Mi espina es muy enojado.
Yo necesito
I
comer a la
think it's
Mario.
gotten incredibly racist, I'm not sure.
Sprechen Sie Bagel.
Sprechen Sie Española.
Sprechen Sie Dragon?
Kan du snacka norsk?
Anyway,
Yeah. Sprechen Sie
You
Dragonisch.
guys can get in a short rest for right now.
You know what?
I'll take
Anything
it.
is better than nothing. Unless I don't have any hit points, hit die, and then it's. No, I still
You
have
have
hit
plenty
die.
of hit
Okay.
dice. You guys haven't done anything today except kill a dragon.
Well, for some reason, I've already
Yeah,
used
we
4 of
haven't
my
done
ranger
anything
hit die.
today except kill a dragon.
Yeah, I still had spent hit die from the last time we did stuff, but in hindsight, I'm thinking those would have been gone because we had like an extended stay in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You guys were in Waterdeep for at least 2 days.
Yeah, I think it was even longer than that because it was 2 days before the meeting, if I remember right. So we had like a couple days to like do some trading and sort out selling shit and buying stuff, and then we set out.
You guys had at least a long rest when you were in.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even had our wild excursion to a fancier bar. Good times.
I remember that. That was awesome.
It was awesome. I had fancy drinks.
Alright, if we're doing short rest, I'm gonna roll a bunch of D8 for my monk die.
Okay.
Doodle-it, doodle-it.
Another D8 go.
It went to the Shadow Realm.
Those are much
That
better.
sounds like hell. I think your grandfather went to hell, Yugi.
More like the purple realm.
8, 9, and we'll spend 2d10.
It's actually quite nice here. It's not nearly as bad as the Shadow Realm.
Snow, what I'm gonna have you lead a discussion because you're the only one that actually speaks Elven, so you're going to be getting straight answers. You know, everybody else is going to be broken understanding of what questions are being asked.
Okay.
But it's the morning. You guys have gotten some food. It's not great food.
Is it cherry food?
No, it's roast dragon.
Okay.
They
Sounds tasty to me.
As they say, nom nom.
I mean, I imagine it's like a hard to prepare meat since it's like a toxic dragon, and it's got to be like done real carefully.
Yeah.
And prepared
Yeah,
right, and might have a little bit of an
tang to it.
aftertaste.
But I mean, it's edible.
It tastes like tang, and that's not a taste you want your meat to taste.
No, it kind of tastes like 9-volt.
Okay, makes sense. Doodle-doo.
But
Okay.
you guys can start questioning and investigating this area.
Well, it's all on Snow.
Like I said, you guys can ask. But
Yeah,
Snow's
I
the only
can-
one who speaks Elven, so any questions that anybody else asks, if they are separate from Snow, are
Charades.
Which normally I'm very good at. But that's with more barbaric races.
Yeah, you've been a rock star negotiator with all of the giants that we've spoken with.
Yeah.
It's easy to know how they work. Elves are a bit more finessed.
I like it too, because it's like there's a practical reason you would know giant custom and their language because it's built into your character archetype, and I think that's kind of a neat idea. Is like even though like I don't think you're actually good at persuasion, right?
no, but he has advantage in anything giant because he is not only he's proficient with giant. He knows the giant language, but because because he got knowledge of giant language from something he picked up at the start of his character, and because he got knowledge of giant language from like his
Rune Knight.
class abilities, I
Mhm.
gave him proficiency with giant.
Oh, okay. That's why
So
he's
he
been
gets-
so good at this.
Yeah, he's he knows like you can speak, French and whatnot, but you're not going to get the idioms
Mhm.
unless you've been speaking it for. He gets the giant idioms.
Yeah, and he understands
he
their
is-
customs because he's trained with them,
He is proficient.
or at
in
least
giant.
the core concept of the class archetype is that
Yeah.
you learn from giants, basically.
But so that's why I gave him proficiency in giant.
I dig it.
I think he's calling me an idiot.
I think he's complimenting your boots.
I think your boots are an idiot.
Oh, well, them's are fighting words. Stan, we're fighting this whole village.
Yeah,
Not
okay, you
again.
guys win. Congratulations. You have just murdered
Woo!
300 elves.
Fuck yeah.
Wow,
Women and
300.
children.
That's great.
Not only, but the women and the children too.
I hate sand.
And I slaughtered them.
It's runny and it tastes like duck. That's that line, right?
Yep, you
Something
nailed
like
it.
that, yes. That is definitely the way that line goes.
Oh, God.
Okay. Let's find out what needs doing and how I get my sword back.
Yeah. All right. Where are we meeting up with the elves in the morning? Like the chief or
Who's the big cheese?
Yeah, who's the big cheese?
Well, the person in charge died during the dragon raid.
My condolences. Who's the
Stan, we're
second
taking
big
over this
cheese?
bill.
There is and that was basically like the priest, like there isn't. This place is not big enough to have like formal leadership. Basically, like the priest was in charge of things, there's the village's warden, an elf named Galen that you might be able to meet with. Otherwise, you can question people on the ground. Jezka, if you speak with plants or speak with animals, that'd be a good source of information.
Ooh, that's actually interesting. I don't think I have either of those.
I
You're
thought
a
they were
fucking
paladin
druid!
stuff.
You're a paladin, never mind.
I'm not a druid. I'm a really I'm a really
You're-
weird nature paladin.
Yeah, you're
Shut
way of the whatever green stuff.
Where
Yeah,
the
yeah,
green
yeah.
nature pally oath
Oath of the Ancients. Like I'm
oath of the paladin druids.
You're the green knight.
basically. I need to watch that.
Heard it was decent.
Yeah, it looked really good when I first saw like a trailer for it way back.
Yeah, I thought Speak with Plants was a class ability, or not a class ability, like available.
No, it's specifically like a spell or a class feature.
Could be like on the extended spell list.
Yeah,
for...
like giving you the
Oh,
option
but
of having
actually
it.
do have Speak with Animals.
right.
So-
but just
so
'cause it gives you the option
Jessica's-
doesn't mean you took it.
Jessica's gonna be a weirdo. That would be my literal last first level spell slot. How long does that last? 10 minutes? I don't think it's worth it. Jessica's gonna take out no, she doesn't have those. Jessica's gonna start working on a really just high class drawing in the sand.
Okay.
And try to be like, it's basically a drawing of us standing triumphant over some dragons. And she's going to try to convey like, we are looking to stand triumphant over some dragons. We heard there was some dragons, case in point, the one we just found and killed near your territory here. What can you tell us about dragons? That is going to be probably an hour or two's worth of work and storytelling in my opinion. So Jessica's tied up with that for
All right.
a chunk of time.
Jessica, you get the idea that So yeah, this settlement is roughly 600 people, and there are about 300 people left.
Ooh, yikes. So it definitely, the vibe of like there is major loss that has happened here should be like
Yes.
apparent by
Yes.
half the population being missing.
Yeah.
Um,
And of that, of that 300, about 150 of them were the warriors.
okay.
Like this place does not have any assistance to offer when it comes to dragon fighting. They've got, they have a couple of they have a couple of guards left that are, protecting borders and whatnot, or, like killing bears that wander too close.
Dumb fucking bears.
And that
Uh,
explains.
But yeah, the dragon attacked. It was approximately like a week ago.
Does that line up with what we know, or is that
Yeah,
okay?
relatively.
But that's still abnormal that there hasn't been more attacks based on information that we're hearing from like other parts of the coast.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the fact that it's been,
1 week since you looked at me.
well, no, this is a dragon attack, but like everybody has been attacked by dragons repeatedly.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely kind of try to reiterate that, like, we're not looking for help fighting the dragon.
No,
we're just
no.
looking for dragons.
But the idea was, standing
Mhm.
triumphantly over dragons.
Yep.
Well, we can't help you stand triumphantly over dragons.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is I kind of like course correct and try to make it clear that I'm like, we're looking to find the dragons.
So, yeah, that's what information you get is this place got done fucked.
Golly gee.
Chip, what are you dealing with? How are you communicating?
Let's see. I can't speak to them effectively.
No, I know. That's part of the challenge.
Yeah. And so most of the people are dead / dying. There's a party time button?
Oh yeah,
What?
That
it's the
for?
flashing wizard.
Oh, yep, the flashing wizard.
Party time!
I'm sorry. I was just doing something on
Chip has
D&D
just
Beyond, and
discovered-
it just.
Nope, Chip has just discovered party time, everybody. This is great.
What is?
It's just a little flashing wizard. They added it for like the official launch of D&D Beyond when it went public.
Okay, well,
It's been around for like 5 years. It's great.
it's hidden.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that. Okay. What am I doing? Probably just listening to the other guys talk.
Okay.
Try to figure out where the dragon is coming from. Ask if we could get. What do we take from dragons? Is it teeth? I think we take the teeth.
I mean, you can take teeth, scales, claws.
No, we as a party, I think, have bandoliers of teeth.
Yeah,
Or
I
is it-
always take
I
a
believe.
couple.
I think you guys have necklaces with.
Yeah. We have
what
necklaces with teeth, and I have a collection of at least one really nice, really big scale from each dragon,
Okay.
except for the blue.
Skarnir,
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
what are you pantomiming? What information do you want to get?
I can just translate.
You're Snow. You're getting other things like that's.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless
Well-
you want to actively help somebody else, but then you're not going to be getting other information.
They have my sword. I want to find out what service I can render to get my sword back. They want me to help train some new fighters.
Okay, Skarnu, you're going to be led to the village warden, who is de facto in charge. Because you keep asking about the sword and nobody knows what to do, and well, he's the person that's in charge of fighting.
That's where I would be then also, because I would have said, take me to your leader.
Okay. So Skarnir and Snow, you guys step into a modest dwelling suspended among the iron-strong bows. A cozy sitting room. A slim elf sits at a desk. Stands to greet you with a forced smile as a raven perched in a nearby cage claws hideously. And he looks at you and goes, "How can I be of service? I understand." And he says this in common. So this is in common. And I understand you are looking into the dragon attack?
Among other things.
Yes.
We are looking into the dragon attacks. Came down this way, trying to learn what we can about how we can. And, well, coming down this way, we had a run-in just this last night with a nice big old black dragon. We killed it, but some of your woodsmen claimed my sword as salvage.
You describe this sword.
It is a big sword. It is a dragon-slaying sword. It's got a nice the pommel on it. It's very nice carved dragon tooth edge on the bottom.
It's made of platinum.
Made of platinum.
Do dragon slaying weapons all look generally the same, just varying sizes?
No, very specifically, this was like, if you guys remember, this was the sword that you guys got from the Bahamut worshippers.
Yeah, this was a gift from that old couple that the
No, that was
The lovely paladin couple.
or
the
no,
lovely
no,
paladin
that's a-
couple
no,
gave
yeah, this
the
is-
short sword.
Yep,
Oh,
no,
that was
that's
short
that's
sword.
the wrong sword. Yep, you're right.
Okay, nope, never mind. Disregard.
Skarnir's we shelled out a
Mine's
bunch
made
at
of
the market.
platinum.
Nope, sorry, never mind. I thought that was Skarnir's sword for some reason.
Nope.
Okay, big sword.
Yeah, Skarner's sword was the one we pitched in to help him buy since he was flat broke.
They go, well, I believe we can come to an arrangement. As I understand it, you guys hunt dragons. I'm not sure what business the other two have, but from what my scouts tell me, you guys are at least capable fighters.
Yep.
Yes.
Due in part to that sword.
Obviously, we would like you to help us with our dragon problem.
And that is
Now
what we're
you
here
will
to
need
do.
the sword to deal with that dragon problem. So we want some assurance. Like, we'll give you the sword. It's yours, obviously, but we would appreciate any assistance that you can render with the dragon problem.
Garnier extends his hand for a handshake.
He shakes his hand, shakes your hand, and goes to a locker and pulls out your sword, and you can see there's a couple other things in there. Probably his own personal weapons, but they look to be fairly nice.
If I get the sword back, I
Yeah, no,
promise I will assist you in whatever way I can.
he hands you your sword. I generally don't trust outsiders, but I couldn't wield this if I wanted to.
It's a very heavy sword. And don't look at it as trusting an outsider, look at it as trusting a dragon slayer.
He is quite good at that.
Now, if there's any information you can give us for where to start looking, that
Yes.
would probably be the quickest way of making sure this is dealt with in a reasonable amount of time.
I would. A lot of the witnesses are unreliable at best. He makes mention of 3 of the elves that are in the area. That survived. They're wounded, but they were in the thick of it. And they are they know how to pay attention during the flow of combat. Any of the civilians, all of their viewpoints are probably going to be tainted by fear, and they're not used to a raid of this size and stature. So any reports that the common folk in this area give you are probably going to be tainted with fear. And well, it was 20 stories tall, and I saw my life flash before my eyes, and its teeth were this big, and
Made
That
all
makes
well
sense.
entirely out of right angles.
but if you talk to these individuals, they should be able to give you better reports.
Appreciate. Now, is there anything else you would request of us beyond the dragon?
A good word with King Melendrock, if you happen to know him.
We
He
have.
says that very. He says that very just like off the cuff. He doesn't know that you guys know King Melendrock. He's being facetious.
We could certainly mention you next time we see him. Yes. What was your name again?
Galen.
And what is this Atlan? Did we come
Yes,
to
this is Atlant.
Okay.
All right. Well. All right. Well. Suppose probably go start asking those questions of those 3 individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. One. I guess they wanted me to come up with names for some of these. I'm gonna go with this one. Is Algarathus is one of the fighters.
Elgarothus.
Yeah. Algorothus is you can see he's bandaged up. He is probably not going to be fighting anytime soon. Uh, he definitely looks like he's missing an eye.
All right.
Like he's got the compressed and it's bleeding through, and
In common. Well met. Do you speak common?
bit.
All right. After you, Snow.
We
Or
understand.
a little. A little.
In Elvish, I'll tell him, no worries. If you need to default back to your native tongue, I can translate. We understand you survived an attack. We understand there was a green dragon in these woods.
You call this survival.
I do. It's
He just kind of gestures to the fact that he's at 1 HP.
beaten and damaged. You are still alive. And that is more than most people can say. And I'll kind of give him a very light pat on the arm, and I'll cast my cure wounds on him.
Don't waste your spell slots. That's
No,
no.
No.
my last spell slot. You don't want me to waste that? All right. I could give him a potion though. I have potions.
That's worse than wasting a spell slot.
Look, I'm a very friendly person. Okay. I'm a very friendly guy. Money is not an object. Money is not a problem for me. I don't care. I'll spend it. Yeah. You know what? I'll give him a basic healing potion.
Just kind of like looks at it and tips it back, and obviously, he's feeling a little bit better. But there are some wounds that are just gonna take time to heal.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? I spoke with one of the king's assistants in at the council in Waterdeep. There was a dragon in these parts. It was last spotted around this forest.
Well, yes, we had an attack about a week ago now.
It was a green dragon, is that correct?
Yes, a green dragon, many humans, all in black robes,
Yes.
came through, slaughtered everyone that they could.
Yes, the cult has been a thorn in everybody's side recently. What made it retreat?
We don't know.
It was not someone that nobody struck a deal with it or anything?
I would have to say that if there was somebody that struck a deal, it might be the one. You might call me, and he uses an elven word, but it translates to nuts, you might call me, but I swear upon all that is good and wholesome in this world, that green dragon was being controlled. It had a rider. wearing all purple, and 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 a face mask that looked like a green dragon.
Shit. Okay. Take that note. This is unfortunately worse than we could have anticipated. Did he say the last part in common?
No, this is
I'll turn to Skarnir and say, a wearer of purple, it seems, was riding the green dragon, potentially wearing the green dragon mask.
Oh, well then. How about that?
This is an unexpected discovery. This is good and bad. I mean, we could potentially take another mask away from the cult. But after they lost the black mask, I don't think they're going to. It's going to be difficult to get the green away.
I fail to see what the bad part of this is.
It's going to be very difficult.
I fail to see what the bad part of this is.
Oh, you have a point. You have a point. Algarothus. Do you? Is there anybody? Do you know, or is there anybody that might know where the green dragon has been hiding, or where it went with its cultists?
we've been scouting the forest. I hear reports here and there. Nobody's been able to track it. We were excited when the scouts found the dragon last night. They thought they had stumbled upon the creature, but no, it was a black dragon.
Indeed. Is there anywhere that members of the village have been going missing, specifically, or they've been found dead in a specific spot? Oh,
Nothing that we've been able to ascertain.
Hmm.
The let's see here. The attack was only a short while. I have not been part of anything since the dragon attack. I've been healing.
Okay.
But the attack was only a few minutes long. They came through, they murdered everybody, and then they decided to retreat.
I see. Well, if you talk to anybody else, any of your friends or
No.
allies that...
Give me an insight check.
Oh. That was shit. That's 10.
It's still a 10. 10 is
I
not shit.
rolled a 3.
That's fine.
Good
10
lord.
is not shit though, okay?
Sorry, the 3 specifically is shit.
Yeah. 10 is not shit. You just have good wisdom.
Yeah.
All of the other dragon attacks that people were referencing at the council were more raids for treasure.
And this was a raid for slaughter.
Yes. Which is different and weird.
Okay.
You don't know why it's different and weird. You know that it is different and weird.
Well,
They also
immediately...
didn't take prisoners either.
Have the other attacks been taking prisoners for, like, labor purposes, probably, or...
Labor and or sacrifice purposes. Remember, they are going to need a fuck ton of bodies
Right.
to help break that. If they don't have all 5 dragon masks, they're going to need fuck tons of more bodies.
Right. Okay. Out of character immediately, my head goes to maybe the green dragon mask wielder has gone renegade or something. Okay. Um, Snow will tell Elgarathus, if you, any of your friends or fellow warriors, think of anything else, please do not hesitate to find us. And
Give me
Phyllis.
a persuasion check.
Uh, 8.
Algarathus reaches out for your robe and whatnot, and then let's go. And he's thinking about telling you something, but you're not sure.
My friend, I swear we have your village's best interest at heart. We have already pledged to do what we can. If there's anything you need to tell us, please.
This sounds like the musings of a madman. Despite being in the thick of all of the fighting, and he was mowing down cultists left, right, and center, Galen came out without a scratch on him. Galen is the only fighter that came out completely unscathed by this battle.
Huh.
I don't
When people were
know if that's
slaughtered.
anything, but that's... Like I said, he's not sure why, if there's anything else, and like this is picking at the back of his mind, Maybe it's the fact that he's completely fucked up and injured. But
no, any information is good. Oftentimes
I don't know if this is a thing. Maybe this is just me being fucking jealous, but
it could be something, it could not. We are here for to help you, your village. And if he made a deal with the dragon, you don't want him leading your village. We will look into it. Do not say anything to him. We will investigate.
yeah, that's with an 8. He is very hesitant. Like this is. You understand what I'm trying to get across is he thinks he's insane for suggesting this because Galen is their best fighter.
Yeah, but still, yeah. Okay. Did we have another name? We had 3 witnesses.
That's me condensing all of them into one name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I am not
That's
coming
fine.
up with 2 more names. Fuck it.
Nice.
DM's prerogative, sir. Okay.
Hey, I wasn't calling you out on it. I said nice.
I mean, honestly, it just saves time having to roleplay meeting 2 more people, so I'm okay with it.
Well, that's
Okay,
a fun new expansion to the investigation.
Yes,
Isn't
very
it?
strange.
Great. He's a mystery.
You what?
Can Galen be trusted? You don't know.
This bastard.
Well, he gave me back a dragon-slaying greatsword. So it might have been just to waylay any suspicion.
I was gonna say, who took it in the first place, though, huh? Who took it in the first place? Oh, shit. The Jawas.
Nice.
I haven't seen Spaceballs in forever.
Dated a Jawa
Watched
once.
it just the other day.
Really furry.
Jessica, anything else you wanna?
I'm good.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not like forgetting you guys. You know.
It's fine. I'm.
Yeah, if you guys have
I
anything,
thought we were going to be canceled tonight, so I was fully prepared to not play. We're back on mandatory overtime. That's just insanely busy. So
Oof.
Okay.
I'm
I left it up
I'm
to
just-
Steven whether or not we were gonna play
I'm vibing.
You're vibing. All right.
Uh,
You're vibing. Got it.
solid.
With I will say this, after a couple of hours of you explaining things and coming back, Jessica, the one thing that you're able to really get across, most of the village thinks that the dragon rider is an elf. They couldn't see any of his facial features or, whatnot, but he was definitely taller than most humans, and he was graceful.
okay. Did I suppose fine details? I'm happy with that information then.
That's
That's probably
the,
like
the majority of the village. And once again, you're not sure if this is, a rumor that has started and just caught traction,
mhm.
but they seem to think that one of their own is plotting against them.
All right. Pick up and start looking for the rest of the group.
You find Chip. He's trying to explain the
The second law of thermodynamics.
no,
okay.
the intricacies of
Post-mortem lifing.
post-mortem life
Post-
insurance. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was trying to
post-mortem
think of
life
that
insurance.
phrase. And the elves are just like, what? I don't. Who? Huh?
You see,
Chip, you are getting nowhere.
when you
It's-
put the lime in the coconut.
I figured these people who have just suffered from a massive tragedy probably do not care about post-mortem life insurance.
Yeah, probably not.
Yep.
Doesn't stop you from trying, though. I would think,
Nope. Not at all.
Gotta give it a whirl.
So what are you guys going to do? Yes,
Uh,
there was a dragon attack. It's been in the past week.
I believe we're going to Disneyland.
I'm going to Disneyland. I'll fill the other two in on our conversations and our suspicions, or just potential suspicions.
We got conjecture, baby.
Yeah, specifically being how Galen walked away from that fight without a scratch, and how there is the potential suspicion that the rider might be an elf.
Oh, did you hear that too?
Oh, sorry. Right, you heard that.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Um,
Yep.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
get your
about
notes
that.
crisscrossed.
I just put it in my notes already.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say specifically, like when you bring up the Galen thing, Jessica would be like, "Did anyone see Galen and the rider in the same place at the same time?"
I believe Galen was on the battlefield. Was that specified? Was
Yeah.
Galen okay?
It was in the thick of it, murdering cultists left and right.
Yes. Galen was slaughtering cultists. So he was not the rider.
I immediately abandoned my theory.
That it was Galen's assistant.
It was Galen's sister. No, evil twin, Rodrigo.
Oh, Rodrigo. Why Rodrigo? Well, what shall we do now? We could try to meet with Galen again and gauge his reactions in conversation to our findings, omitting that our suspicions of him. We could see who he hangs out with, who accompanies him on his daily routine. We could
Who does number 2 work for?
we could see if he sends messages to and maybe there's a runner that goes off into the woods.
Wait,
And
how important is what we're doing here right now? Like, this seems like a mostly devastated, fairly small village in the middle of nowhere. Would proving that the leader is or is not corrupt, what sort of chain are we working on here? I mean, I thought we had the Dragon Council thing, and I guess, I don't know, this feels so off track, but maybe I'm crazy.
Well, it is a lead on a dragon mask. The more of those we get, the harder it is for the cult to do culty things.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I totally forgot about that detail.
You guys didn't know about that detail until 5 minutes ago, though.
Yeah.
Which is now
so-
motivation to actually be like,
yep.
okay.
So yeah, never mind. I would not have had those doubts if... Well, we'll just say those doubts happened before Snow
Gotcha.
went into details on that specific tidbit.
Yeah.
Well, that changes everything. Why didn't you lead with that?
I was getting to it.
I mean, I'm just ranting here like a lunatic about Galen and the dragon guy being the same person, and you're just sitting on that nugget. Gee, Snow. What
Dragon
hell?
egg.
What can I say? Yeah. So, what do we want to do next? How do we detective this?
Do we know where? I mean, what's our next course? Did they give us like they want us to kill the dragon? Do they know where the dragon is?
They have no idea where the dragon is.
No.
Fantastic.
Well, what are they even doing with their time?
Like, did they see which direction it flew
I
off?
asked-
Surviving!
What?
Nobody saw what direction it flew off in?
What punks?
It does not seem that way. No. Nobody.
The dragon flew off to the south.
Oh.
That's...
But they have not located where it might have a lair. They have not had anybody. They have not had any hunters or scouts die in a particular area. They have not
They
had
have,
anybody.
in the... I'll give you this. They saw the dragon head south. Galen led an expeditionary force to the south. They got 20 miles away, which was basically to the edge of the forest, and they found nothing.
Guys, what was the thing about wearing a mask and looking through the eyes of the other ones?
That pretty much.
Yeah.
I didn't
Maybe
think we
we could
kept
do
our
that.
masks,
You
though.
guys did not keep your mask.
We
The
didn't
mask
keep the
is
black
still.
mask?
It's
Well,
at
we-
the temple.
Yeah, we entrusted it to the Temple of Bahamut. So
It's
we
locked
didn't
And
up.
we never found the white mask, so
because fuck us, I guess.
Ah,
Well,
I'd forgotten.
Keeping the mask was very dangerous.
It was.
What we're doing in general is very dangerous.
You
Yeah,
know what?
we-
Yeah,
I
but
think- Yeah, we basically agreed at the time that like it wasn't worth getting information on them, because like it doesn't ping their whereabouts; it just lets you see through their eyes, right?
right.
Yes,
There
but
wouldn't-
if they can see through your eyes and they can see you're in X location with a famous landmark in the background,
Yeah, well, that's kind of the point of why it was more risk than reward, because like
Yeah,
they're a
no.
fucking big ass organization, we're a group of dipshits.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ah.
We're
I
level
mean-
9. We're
I
above
mean,
dipshit.
heroes.
No, you're not.
We're
Uh,
heroes.
Question
With
mark
very strong quotation marks.
We're
and a question mark.
heroes.
I didn't hear a question mark there.
Heroes.
There you go.
blah, 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 blah.
Okay. So,
Here's what we're gonna do.
the expedition force didn't turn anything up in the direction that they had gone.
Yeah, basically, from what I understand it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just trying to think through Fever Brain. So, unless we get anything concrete, we don't have much of anything to go off of.
Well, other than south, I mean, I guess we could ask around to see if there'd been any other sightings, but really it seems like all we got is this attack was weird because they were all murdery. There's potentially something suspicious about how it all went down because of Galen. He was the one who went looking and came back with nothing, so I don't know if that means anything.
But he went with an expeditionary group. It wasn't
Yeah, but-
just Galen.
If he was leading it, I mean, like, they're following his lead in that situation. So if he's like, well, let's wrap it up 20 feet away from where they needed to be.
Well, they, like I said, they did go to the edge of the forest on the south side.
Yeah.
They went 20 miles.
So, we could go
Well,
20 miles out of our way to the south, which is opposite of the Dragon Council direction, to potentially come up with nothing.
But potentially come up with a mask.
But potentially come up with a mask.
I mean, I guess we, like, what do you guys think? Snow, you were able, honestly, you're the person who's been able to talk to these people more than the rest of us for obvious reasons. I mean, do you feel like this is a thread we can pull, or are we kind of just running at rumors?
I do not feel we are chasing rumors, but at the same time, I do not know how much we can help these people with how much information we have. I want to help them, but it might take a while. I mean, maybe a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2. But I do want to help them. Just might take a little time.
Well, I mean, the trick is more that can we, not necessarily that whether we want to. Like, is there anything that we think we can actually do here? Like, if this was like an isolated incident or to prove or get something specific, like that rider might be long gone and off doing other important cult shit somewhere else. It's, I don't know. I don't really feel like we have a lot to go on right now.
I say maybe we give it another day or 2, talk to more of the villagers, perhaps. Come back with a fresh mind, maybe tomorrow. Brainstorm a plan tonight or tomorrow. And if we cannot think of anything, we might just have to move on.
Works for me.
We still have a map, right? Like we have a map at somewhere.
Yeah.
No, Swiper took it.
Okay.
Swiper,
So-
swiping.
Based on having a map, the Misty Forest is southeast of Daggerford, I believe, on the west side of the High Moor. A green dragon, I would know, would make its layer in the forest.
Yes.
The Trollbark Forest is southwest. I can't tell if that's a rock formation that's like at the very on the map when there's the tradeway
up.
just
Hang
south
on.
of Daggerford.
Hang on. Let me
Yeah.
tab over. Excuse me.
Because at the bottom of the word way, that Y is touching a formation. I'm not sure if that's a rock formation or a patch of forest. It looks like forest.
Give me the fucking image, Google.
No.
Do it, Google.
Come on, Google.
Everyone says do it, Google, but nobody ever says thank you, Google.
I say
Thanks.
thank you, Google, all the fucking time.
Thanks for nothing, Google.
Right now, I want it to do exactly what I want it to do, and I don't want it to give me any fucking guff.
While you're doing that, I need to take a second. My puppy is signaling me she needs to go outside.
Yeah,
Bark.
sure.
Puppy's doing puppy things.
Yeah, I'll be right back in a few minutes.
Oh. They'll look up and say, "Save us," and I'll say no.
So you're looking, Trollbark Forest, where? Southwest?
He walked away.
Oh.
Puppy stuff.
Like, the very south end of Trollbark Forest is mountain.
I look up and say, save us. I look down and say, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? I think I remember that film.
And if I recall, we both kind of liked it.
It's one thing you got, but that's not enough to save a relationship.
And as I recall, I think we both kind of liked it. Ba-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh.
God, I'm gonna have that stuck in my head now. Thanks, Moose.
It's my specialty.
Specifically, getting breakfast at Tiffany's stuck in meals.
Songs in general.
I'd like to think it's the former.
Specifically,
I've got one specialty in life, one skill. It's getting the song "Breakfast at Tiffany's" stuck.
On Facebook Marketplace, I saw it was like one of those wooden plaques that you put in your kitchen. It's got like inspirational phrases marked on it and stuff. But it was just the lyrics to "It's Been 1 Week Since You Looked at Me" by Bare Naked Ladies.
You know, as I understand it, they are in fact fully clothed men.
They are.
I don't know. That sounds like false advertising.
I think it is. There was some right-wing pundit or something that was, it wasn't Tucker Carlson, but it was somebody like him.
God, I hate that guy.
He was talking about the halftime show, and it was calling it like some sort of sexual deviancy or something, and
God.
I got into a discussion with a friend, and we started riffing off of it. It was great.
So,
find it here.
Did the what untoward thing happen during the halftime show this time around?
Oh, nothing. It was actually really well done.
Okay.
It was I mean, like, 50 Cent decided to hang himself from a ceiling. by the
Like-
feet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying he killed himself like live
No.
on television.
No, by the
In
feet.
which case, Jesus.
No.
Jesus.
So Charlie Kirk said the NFL is now the League of Sexual Anarchy because of the halftime show.
Yet
That
it was
is a killer name.
the League of Sexual Anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
And-
say that's pretty solid. That's some Venture Bros shit right there.
And so,
Like,
you know,
holy
we
shit.
ended up.
Calling dibs on band name.
Well, no. So we decided the band name is actually Charlie Kirk and the League of Sexual Anarchy. Whether or not Charlie Kirk is or is not the frontman for such a group of performers.
I don't. Who's Charlie Kirk?
He's the guy who said it. He's
Oh,
the
okay.
right-wing pundit that said that.
He's the. I believe you mispronounced nut job, Stan.
Yeah, probably.
God, the world we live in. I seriously can't even.
And then we decided that, you know, Charlie Kirk and the League of Sexual Anarchy was not only their band name, but it was also their self-titled album, first album.
Nice. Of sexual anarchy.
So, that is the consumer research we determined upon.
Gotcha.
But it was no, the halftime show was actually really well done. It was a bunch of rap artists from the. What was really hilarious was people were, you know, referencing. Somebody on Twitter said something, and of course that spun out of control and whatnot. But the realization that, you know, all of the millennials really enjoyed, you know, the music, which was, you know, roughly 25 years old at this point, you know.
Okay.
And then looking back and going, huh, oh, I get it now, because this is what our parents felt when they realized that, you know, U2 and Bono were doing the halftime show. The halftime show was catering to the people who were, you know, 25 to 35 years old.
Yeah.
That's why our parents were so into the halftime show when we were younger, and we didn't get it. But yeah, it was fine. They had Dr. Dre, they had 50 Cent, they had Mary J. Blige, they
You
had
mean $1.78?
What?
is 50
You need
Cent
to
after
account for inflation.
Oh. Okay. I didn't sign up for math
Eminem.
jokes tonight.
Eminem was on there. Obviously, Tupac Shakur wasn't there, but they did play one of his songs, a bit of one of his songs.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg. It was a homogenous collection of 90s and early 2000s rap.
Neat. Neato gang.
The people that I was watching it with were kind of like surprised that Dr. Dre was actually like legitimately playing piano live on television. And I was like, you guys do know why they call him Dr. Dre. He has a doctorate in music.
I did not know that was where he got his name from.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, Dre is actually really, really talented.
Back.
Welcome back. So you were talking about Trollbark Forest?
Yes.
So there's a mountain range south of just on the southern edge of Trollbark Forest.
Right. But see how there's like, you know, like the forest kind of goes south and then it loops east, but there's a little patch that's just separate
That's too small for
for a dragon lair?
yeah.
That's-
Well, A dragon the size of what they're describing has a larger hunting area.
No. Well, the hunting area could be like Trollbark Forest and even Misty Forest. But what if like, because that section alone, I can't see where there might be like a size thing. So I'm not sure how big that section of forest is, but that could potentially be a dragon's lair. I think that is what my mind goes to.
Let's see here if I'm doing my measurements correctly. That area is that little circle that you're referencing is about 15 miles across, 15-mile diameter.
I feel like that's big enough to be a layer somewhere in there.
Potentially.
So like looking at the map, what comes to Snow's mind is
That's also almost 50 miles south of the Misty Forest.
I know, but for a dragon, that wouldn't be too far to traverse.
But it would be for a bunch of cultists as well.
I know. I'm just throwing out ideas. Like,
It is my job to help you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to help with your plans. Okay. It is my job to lead you to the correct solution.
Okay, so yeah, if that would not seem like that would be a place where cultists and a dragon would hide out, then I guess I wouldn't. I would know not to spend my time on it, but just kind of that's what I'm.
It's very specifically the cultist angle that, that prevents that from being a good idea.
Okay, because I don't think they go into the high moor. Like I think a green dragon wouldn't lair in the moor.
No, that's probably where the black dragon was headed.
Yeah,
Most likely.
yeah, but that's just why I was thinking of Trollbark Forest, because like yeah, it's kind of far away, but in reality, it's not that far away.
So, well, basically on that same thread, then, Snow's got the map out. We're brainstorming.
Yeah.
And we kind of the discussion of like, well, maybe that would work for a dragon, but we got to remember there was like how many cultists roughly did they say raided the town?
30 or 40.
Okay, so like basically then like we've done a lot of traveling lately. We've probably got a pretty decent idea of like what it takes at a minimum, just like for us to travel about the countryside. So like we kind of got an idea, and we've been in caravans. Like at this point we've got some like practical experience, world experience to pull from for this. But basically like using our real world knowledge in game, essentially,
And
factoring in
of the 20 to 40 cultists, there's probably maybe like 10 left. Like they did cut down numbers as much as they could.
Okay.
But because the majority of this Atlan's populace is not combat ready, Dragon won.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Like,
basically, yeah.
congratulations, you killed 15 to 20 of us, maybe 30 at a good clip. We killed 300 of you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we know the danger of like when you have like trained people against civilians, like there's always going to be a pretty bad one-sided thing like that.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is, factoring in that these 30-ish dudes basically came here on foot, and they had to have been hiding somewhere or coming from somewhere. Like, what's our search radius look like? Like, is there any other points of interest in like a 20 to 50 mile radius that makes sense?
I mean, there's the whole rest of the Misty Forest, because this is fairly close to the southern end, right? 20 miles from the southern edge.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine it's too far north of the southern border without bringing up that other app to draw lines and stuff and do distances.
I'm making this shit up as I go.
Okay, yeah. I
Okay,
can only
so
imagine it's in that little
are-
southern bit. So
okay, so just to if I caught that correctly, like if there's not an actual place we're supposed to figure out these guys went, based
I'm
on
telling you,
anything.
it's not to the south.
Okay, so like, but that's my point. Is like if you're making up that where these guys came from or went, like, should we even be pulling like on this like map and logicking through it thread, or are we running down a fucking
You're
wild
running
rabbit
down
hole?
a fucking rabbit hole.
Okay, that's why I'm saying like we're just kind of
Oh,
going in circles
okay.
on the let's think this through logically. So I guess what did we miss?
well,
On-
if we're going a little less logically, then realistically, if we wanted to find this dragon, potentially, it's not even nearly guaranteed, and we wanted to have any chance of finding it to actually kill it, we'd probably try and cut through the middle of the forest, going northwest, and then north, and we just kind of go to the deepest part of the woods, honestly.
I mean, like, do we just want to basically like we got the information we were looking here. There's definitely, possibly, maybe something going on. Like, do we just continue further into the King's Domain, like heading, like you just said, like heading north? What was it? Northeast?
Northwestish.
Northwestish? Okay.
Yeah, because if we're on the south-ish side, we got to kind of go northwest to keep going along the middle of the forest, and then just cut straight north. And then we'll meet up on whatever road that goes east from Daggerford to Succumber.
That's a river. That's not a road.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a river? Okay. Yeah, we would come up on that river, but that's about it.
Okay. Like, I just, like, as a player, I don't,
Okay,
I'm feeling like we either completely missed what we were supposed to take away from this town encounter, or we're just stupid. Like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Things that could potentially, A, do you question Galen further? B, you missed whether or not you could speak with animals or not. Like, it gave you that option. You said you had the spell. Chose not to take it.
I didn't even, you didn't even narrate if there were animals. Like, you just kind of mentioned.
There was a crow.
Do you
There
have
are
speak with
animals
plants or
around.
speak
Very
with animals?
specifically, there is a crow in Galen's office.
Okay, I did
You
not
did
know
mention
that.
a crow.
That was not mentioned.
Yeah, I do not remember that being
I
mentioned.
remember the crow.
Or Raven.
Oh,
sorry.
wait, you
Raven
do?
perched in a
Raven.
nearby cage, caws hideously.
Oh,
I remember that.
Okay.
no,
I apparently was not paying attention during that.
was-
So
Which, in your
Galen-
defense, Nick, you weren't in that room.
no.
Yes, I was not in that room. And specifically, like, I made the tactical call of I've got one spell slot left, and we don't know.
right.
what's
That's
going
why I
to happen.
suggested we stay here for like 2-3 days.
Oh,
that way we can rest.
I am 100% on the stay here for another couple days train, because
Yeah.
all my spells are almost spent, and I'd like to long rest. So, like, I was not saying we should just get the hell out of town. I just, like, as a player, I'm saying, like, we're doing a lot of, like, like, here's what we need to do, but it seems like that's completely not what we're supposed to be doing. So I'm saying, like, I don't know what we fucked up or did not think to do correctly, because I feel like we're just spinning our wheels.
You guys are spinning your wheels because you're trying to come up with things to do, and you guys want to have actionable items after having been here for less than a day.
No, I'm not wanting to have anything. I just, like, you kept pointing out that our, like, map logicking was, like, not the right thing to be doing. So
Okay.
then I basically backtracked in my head. I'm like, well, what the hell are we supposed to do then? We didn't get any actionable information. So I'm not saying that we deserve to have gotten some already. I'm saying, like, I was trying to figure out what we missed.
Well, let's go with the plan that I kind of thought of earlier. Of let's take another day, and then tomorrow we'll talk to Galen again.
Yeah, because I think
this time
yeah,
we'll all four be there.
for sure. And like you'd said originally, like, let's give it a couple days, and Jessica agreed. Like, I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I'm 100%
Okay.
okay with that. I just, like I said, we started to pull out the map, and we were trying to, like,
Right.
think about some stuff, and then you walked away from keyboard, so we were waiting for you to get back, and
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
and because, like, Stan was specifically pulling it up, and then he's like, all right, I have the thing, and then I'm like, he's not here right now.
Yeah, that was like in game. That would have
Inopportune
been
timing.
in game. That would have been like snow pouring over the map that evening, maybe being like, okay, like what can we do around here? And then if we decided it was a bad idea, we're like, okay, well, let's get some sleep and let's reconvene tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say we
So
work
go
through
ahead and
that
take
then.
go ahead and take a long rest.
Woo.
Since you guys
Hooray.
are in a safe area and you are actually getting a full night's sleep instead of, like being half asleep the next day.
Yay, spell slots.
What are those?
Full.
Yes, Steven, what are those?
Completely unnecessary.
God, I want to switch my character to the wizardiest wizard ever in your campaign.
I'm a powerful
I'm-
wizard!
I'm gonna Gandalf it up so much. I'm gonna just be cryptic and unhelpful a lot of the time. I'm gonna just stroke my beard, whip out some spells every once in a while, smoke a pipe.
Hell yeah. All of the useful things.
I'm gonna be mostly like a researcher.
Dude,
just not
the
even have anything,
scribes.
not even have anything practical.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be from the school of scribes.
Flip my
You
way
have a
through my
talking
spell
book.
book all the time, being like, "Oh man, I'm not sure if I've got anything worthwhile." and then when he starts crying, I'm gonna be like, "Checkmate, sucker."
Fireball. All right. So we
Next
go
morning.
talk to
Next day.
Melandrock, huh? Not Melandrock, Galen.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Melendrock is like 200
Yeah.
fucking miles away.
Meanwhile, in a very same bee.
Yeah. So shall we?
Yeah, as you guys approach, Galen is discussing something with a couple of scouts in the morning, and then dismisses them as he sees you guys approach. Friends,
Good-
how goes the search?
Well, we're not sure if we have a lead or not. Just thought we would come back, see if there was anything else you could remember from the battle, or anybody else. I can translate questions.
Galen does speak common. That's
All right, yeah. Oh, right, it was the other guy that was not like fluent.
no.
Correct.
Does the raven appear to be like his pet,
Yeah,
a familiar, a companion?
a familiar would not be in a cage.
Okay.
A familiar would not stand to be in a cage.
What about an animal companion?
Probably not either.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is just some pet raven this dude has.
Yeah.
Yeah, was there anything else you can remember from the fight? Maybe while we're saying this, does Jessica want to talk to our animals?
I mean, there's no way I could do that subtly without basically
Yeah,
being like, "Hey, I'm
we
gonna
would need
ignore
to-
you, guy running this town, and I'm gonna talk to your bird, interrogating it in front of you about you."
Well, he doesn't. Wait. Do you just speak to it in your native tongue?
As far as I understand it, yeah, you basically can just understand them.
Well,
yeah,
when you
and it
use,
can
speak
understand
with
you.
animal, and it can understand you. So like,
What's-
he wouldn't be able to hear what it was saying, but like, short of kidnapping the raven or trying to sneak in here when he's not around, there'd be no real practical way.
I mean, we could get him
to
out of the
do
room.
that.
No. You do not
Well-
speak. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Okay.
You want to talk? You want to talk Raven? You can start calling at the Raven.
Okay, so you're interpreting that as like, I actually would be speaking bird.
Yeah.
Well, so he mentioned the raven, so I know about it now. We come in here, I'm side-eyeing it, like, does the raven look intelligent? Like, as far as pet birds go, like, am I seeing like this thing? Is this thing like clocking us as we enter the room? Like, is it Is it side-eyeing us or paying attention to anything, or is it just birding? It's birding around.
It's one dumbass raven.
Uh,
I mean,
Gangly
ravens
fellas.
are
Like,
to be
yeah,
fair, ravens are smarter than
Yeah,
most birds.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. Is like,
it is
is-
tracking you. I mean, it's.
but what I'm trying to
still has
discern.
minuscule intelligence, but it's
Okay, so it's not special though. I can tell that this is just a raven being a raven. Like it's not like a raven pretending to be
No.
less intelligent than it is. It's not a raven that's clearly intelligent, not trying to pretend.
But
it's
it
just
is
a raven.
tracking you. But I mean, like you
Yep.
are.
We're new entities in the room.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay. How small is this room that we're in, or how big and or small is this room?
It's a small office, like maybe.
Okay,
Like,
so we're kind of crammed in here then.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you can fit a lot of people in a 7x7 foot space when not in combat.
yeah, but I mean, like it, like was it designed to fit 7 people? Like that, there's questions of logistics stuff like that. So it's like, is it
Designed to fit like 5 people?
okay?
like-
So it's a little cramped in here. There's not seating or whatever. So
yeah.
like we're all kind of just huddled in here. I'm assuming we got called in to talk to Galen specifically
Yeah.
as a group.
Yeah, we
Uh,
kinda-
kind of like-
what have you guys found after the first day?
Because he'd only really talked to Snow before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of wanted to size up the rest of you guys.
yeah, Snow and Skarner.
Um.
I mean, apparently you are all dragon killers, not just the 2 of them.
Yeah, because I think, because didn't Snow like way back in our first dragon like make us a necklace?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we all got the jangles.
Yeah, been
What
making dragon teeth necklaces.
I suppose less jangle, more click clack.
Clickety clacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, while the conversation's going on, he's speaking in common. Like we're not like lost to the conversation again.
He
Um,
acknowledges that this is going to be. He is not the cunts that you guys met the first time when they were trying to steal your sword.
I do the thing a halfling in a room full of tall people does best, and just kind of like sidestep the group and go off to the side closer to the bird, and just try to be inconspicuous.
Okay.
And while the
do-
conversation's going on, I'm gonna, try to let's see. Let me actually.
Yeah, if anything, we can say we're chatting him up, and Jessica goes off to the side and
Starts talking with
starts
Bird.
cawing.
Cawing? He's not just saying nevermore again and again and again? Or maybe Jessica's cawing and the Raven's saying nevermore.
No, goddammit. I'm asking about the falafels. Let's see. So, yeah, I kind of, do a little bit of fiddling, mumble a little chant under my ear, or not under my ear, under my breath.
It's talking on the side of your mouth.
And then yeah, I'm just I start bird noising at this bird in the middle of this meeting going on.
Okay. I want everybody else besides Nick to roll me
Composure.
no. I want you guys to roll like some sort of tell me how you are distracting and then roll me that distraction.
I mean, was this something we discussed that I was gonna do, or is this something I kind of
Sure.
imagine that this is I'm literally just like, hey man, I wonder if that bird knows. And I just started doing this, like apropos of nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I assumed we were gonna be kind of chatting up Galen, and you just kind of go do your own thing with the bird. Talk.
Yeah, like
Okay, you know what?
I prefer the version of events where like this was not planned or discussed, because like there wouldn't have been any reason to do.
No, yeah.
I know,
That-
but like
Okay.
you guys recognize that he's doing weird shit, And maybe
Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah. So like Jessica's doing some weird Jessica shit. Do you attempt to assist?
I will
Galen.
attempt to assist.
What do you and your soldiers do for a training regimen?
he starts going, well, we run, calisthenics every morning. We have, he starts going off into his his standard hierarchy of, when we weren't under attack. We had this many troop units, and these are the exercises that they did. Our marksmen maintained a 98% accuracy.
As he's saying that, Skarnir pulls out the greatsword and just like holds it out and like,
You cut out.
You cut out there.
goddamn this push to talk. Skarnir just like pulls out his greatsword and is like, what I do is I just hold my sword out right in front of me, maybe take some practice swings, and he's gonna move the sword precariously around.
Okay.
Gonna be dangerous to look at something that's not him.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay. I love it, Skarnir.
Okay.
Meanwhile, is Skarnir creating just the best distraction ever. Jessica, you're talking with this bird. Bird just kind of like looks at you.
Ah. Oh, but no, yeah. So, what's up?
Bird
do you get-
kind of,
What do you get up to around here?
I eat, and sometimes I clean my feathers.
Cool.
Not much to do in a cage.
You
Sometimes I clean my feathers.
you friends with this guy, or is he your jailer?
Not much to do in a cage. Well, he's okay. He feeds me.
Makes sense.
He took care of me when I was injured, and then he put me in the cage.
Okay. How long have you been here?
A couple of years.
A lot of people come and go from this office, or pretty much just this guy?
A lot of people. I mean, he meets with a lot of elves.
Right. You ever see any of them that have like a mask on? Something that covers their face? Maybe green?
A lot of them have camouflage.
Camouflage.
What you mean?
Like the stuff they're wearing?
Yeah.
Do they ever wear
Sometimes they-
something over their face? And as I'm doing, I realize I'm gesturing, but you can't see what I'm doing.
No, but no. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But the bird is saying, yeah, they wear stuff on their face like masks and whatnot, but like it's like camouflage, not like
Oh, so it's just like paint, like stuff they smear on themselves, maybe?
and like leaves and shit.
Okay, so none of them have like a fancy looking head adornment.
No.
Anyone that this guy has had fights with that you didn't recognize? Like, do the people that come through here, do they look familiar? Like, are they the same people pretty frequently?
Yeah.
Has there been anyone that you didn't know lately?
There was one, and he was, he was darker than most of the other ones. I don't think he was like an elf, but not like the elves here. Not drow. I'm not trying to say drow.
Okay.
Just not from this village.
Okay, just a different more tanned forest somewhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably from a northern forest.
okay.
And this was super late at night last night.
Ooh, last night. Do you know what they talked about?
They had a list of other settlements and locations inside different forests and troop movements. And he was wet.
Wet.
Oh my.
The visitor was wet.
Was it raining last night? I'm asking you,
No.
not the bird.
No, it was not raining last night.
Alright. This guy was wet. Was he wearing purple?
Yes.
I side-eye my partners in crime here and basically give the universal adventurous signals of we're taking this guy right now, and I fucking jump him.
Oh shit!
Oh. Well, it's a good thing Skarnir's already swinging his sword around.
Like,
Jessica,
I try to disarm. Like, if he's got a weapon on him, I'm like going to disarm him, and then
he does not have a weapon on
okay,
him.
then I'm trying to just subdue him. Like, I'm trying to
Okay.
like arm bar him and use my like. Obviously, he's got a size advantage on me, but if I can get him like pinned or in like a weird hold,
Give me a strength check to grapple him.
What about a tabletop maneuver? Quick, Jessica, crouch behind his legs.
Oh, you said athletics?
No, a strength check
Oh, strength check. Okay.
to grapple.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Isn't grapple athletics?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Fuck if I know.
Because you can then oppose it with
Yeah.
either athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Oh,
Um,
I thought it was opposed strength checks.
I suppose let me check. Climb.
I mean, what you're saying makes sense. I
Oh.
just don't know, cause I don't
Yeah.
play. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'll defer to you. It's just I in my head.
Grapple
I'm
somebody,
thinking-
make a strength athletics
Well, because
check.
because you make like an attack. I
guy
think you
you
can
attempt to
break
grapple gets
grapples
tried.
with acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah,
I
you can oppose
Don't know
it with
about
strength
I think
or
initiate him
athletics,
is
but
just an
to-
attack roll, isn't it?
When you
It
want to
says
grab a
make a
creature, use
strength
the attack
athletics
action to
check.
make the special melee attack a grapple. Target of grapple must be no more than one size category larger than you and must be within your reach. Seize the target by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. A strength athletics
Okay.
check
This was
contested by the
fuck.
target's athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, so he makes the strength
No,
athletics.
you're making. He makes the opposed roll.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I make an attack because it's an attack because that's what you just read.
No, instead of an attack roll, it's the attack action, but it's a strength athletics check.
Oh, athletics. Okay. All right.
Is Snow? Are you helping Jessica with her mad ravings of?
No, I want a point of clarification.
Yeah.
Does the silence spell stop sound from being created, or just in
Yes.
like
Yes. It
Okay.
creates like a zone where sound does not exist anymore. Well, it's
right?
active.
But like if this guy were to shout, the sound obviously would not happen inside the silence, but would it carry out to outside the silence and people
No.
outside could hear it?
No.
No.
Okay, I just
we
want to make sure.
we wouldn't be able to hear anything either.
Right, but if he started yelling, nobody would hear him because it would be muted.
Yeah, but
I am trusting Jessica. I'm trusting the other three to get him trussed up. I am casting silence on our spot right now.
Casting
okay.
silence.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Do I still have that? Hold on. I might have changed my spells. Nope, don't have that. Never mind.
Okay.
In that case, I am going for a rag, and I'm trying to, as soon as they get him like down, I am stuffing a rag in his mouth. I don't want him to yell.
Okay. Is anybody assisting Jessica with the initial grapple?
But yeah, so
Hello.
I jump him. I jump him with an 11. I don't know if that gets me anywhere. It was a pretty bad roll.
See here.
Skarnir is more than happy to help.
Okay, Skarnir, you can roll with advantage if Skarnir's helping you.
I was just gonna polymorph him into a toad.
Okay. Chip, polymorph is what, a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I imagine I jumped. I got a real good vertical on this, and I'm like on his back, but I failed to really like knock him over or get any real hold.
Okay.
Skarnir goes
well,
in for the assistance because my advantage roll was a 12.
Okay, so 12 is what my goal is. I need to. Okay, so I'm looking at a dude who's good at archery, but not amazing. So we'll give him a 3. Proficient in acrobatics, 5, 6. So yeah, a 6 is the bonus that I'm going to give him. Yeah, no, you do not grapple him because I just rolled a 17.
Yeah. So then I'm picturing. So basically that was the me, and then Skarnir was trying to assist.
Damn!
He goes in. I just shout out, he's working with the cult.
And
Yes.
Chip, what is the wisdom saving throw of polymorph?
19.
19. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's a 10. He's a toad.
I
He's a
try
toad.
Jessica,
to grab the toad.
Jessica, you leap at where he is going to be, and suddenly he is no longer there.
I crash into the filing cabinet.
Don't crush the toad.
Get that toad.
I'll pick up the toad and be like,
Jessica, you
okay.
can talk with the toad.
Ooh. Wait,
Oh
hold
my
him
God.
still, Duroc.
Holding on to this toad now.
I start like holding it eye level with Jessica. And I start croaking, ribbiting.
Snow's gonna casually walk outside the office and just kind of look outside, just kind of make sure everything's good.
Business as usual.
All right, sucker, your bird spilled all. I know you're working with the cult. I don't know if it's under coercion or if you're just a piece of shit. But there's no point in denying it. What do you have to say for yourself?
Get out my book again and swap back.
Is all we hear.
Trying to figure out how to put this.
Okay.
I did not expect to converse this as toad. Okay. But no, he maintains his intelligence though, right? With polymorph.
Yeah, true polymorph.
Target assumes the hit points of the new form. That's it.
Yeah, true polymorph also affects the mind. Regular
Yeah.
polymorph just turns them into the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So
No,
so I don't need
wait.
to worry
It says
about that.
here,
Oh
the
wait,
transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. The new form can be any beast whose CR is equal to or less than the target's or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast.
okay,
Right.
that's what it is. They don't lose their like memories or sense of self, but like they technically lower to the score amounts.
I think
Okay.
true polymorph is the one that they keep their mental faculties and they're able to like cast or something.
Maybe. But yeah, like so essentially it's kind of however Stan would envision it. Because like what are the
Nope, that's fine. He's a toad. Okay.
Okay.
And he goes from mental.
I'm guessing their int wisdom is pretty bad.
Yeah. And his initial thoughts are, I am trapped. by you and cult.
Where do your real allegiances lie? To your people or the cult? Who do you care about?
Everyone close to me.
Is that the cult?
No.
Who was the guy from last night?
I don't know his actually. Yeah, no. He does know. Fuck. Somebody I did not expect.
Was it the Dragon Rider?
Yes.
Do you know where he is?
No.
Do you know where he's going?
Yes.
Where?
A tongue shoots out and smacks a piece of paper and pulls it a little bit out of the stack.
I snap at it like someone else look at that. I'm interrogating this frog.
I'll check.
It's a list of elven settlements in forests that could be potential targets.
Oh.
What were the cities? What were targets of what? Murder?
Treasure and or sacrifices.
So the bad stuff. Which one is he gonna hit next?
Doesn't know.
How many towns are on that paper?
7 or 8.
7 or 8. 7 or 8.
Hey, which one's closest?
They're all over the map.
Okay.
This is Jessica. The sense that you're getting is
this guy
I
barged
have-
in, basically like demanded some names, and then stormed out just as quick.
no, not
No?
specifically. It's
Okay.
along the lines of, and this guy got information, but this is part of a larger ploy to. You know that like you can see Atlant is on the list, but Atlant has been crossed off.
That's this place, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, here's all the other information that you need to successfully attack all of these other settlements. Leave Atlant alone.
Okay.
Now, that I'm giving you maybe a little bit more than your intelligence would possibly.
Probably.
But I mean, there's other people here that can help you figure that out.
Yep, we kind of suss through some of this as we continue to talk. If
I can only give you so much as a toad.
Yep. Yeah, if we unfrog you, will you stay quiet, knowing that we're not here to hurt you and we're here to help?
Kind of like looks up at you see one eye look up at Scaranir and up and down, and then like the toad nods yes.
All right. So you don't know this guy, or wait, what did he say to that again? He does know him?
He does know who he is.
Okay. Do you know what their goal is? Just raiding sacrifices, treasure? Like nothing specific?
I don't know specifically.
Okay. Is the king in on this?
As a frog, he doesn't know. Like,
Okay.
he doesn't know how to respond to that.
Okay, too complicated of a question. Do you know when they're gonna strike next? Like how quickly? But were they planning to hit something else?
From what you can tell, this is probably based on distances.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something that this dragon is going to hit. This is information that is going to be disseminated out to the rest of the cult.
Okay, then I would go back to the "Do you know where he is?" line and be like, "Do you know where he bunks up, hides out?
I do not know.
Do you know where he comes from?"
The northeast. Or northwest. The north. He comes from the north.
All right, I bet we could have this discussion more clearly if you weren't a frog. And I think we're on an accord, right? And I nod at him, giving him big eyes.
Frog looks at Skarnir, nods.
All right, Duroc, I think we should continue this in person.
I'm going to look at Skarnir and say, Jessica just said something to me in Toad. Do you speak Toad?
I clear my throat. I caw. Give some trills. Clear my throat a little bit more. And I'm
Still
like,
have a
no.
frog in your throat.
Thank
Ha
you.
ha 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 ha! I
I
punched Skarnir in the thigh.
I was waiting for that.
All right, is this coming through? I've
That
never.
that was good, and you can take inspiration for that.
I think this is the longest I've ever held up a conversation with with two different animals. I mean, one time there was this squirrel that I met in the woods. They knew some shit, but.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeaking. Oh god, I love that movie.
Oh, what was his what was your your Pattingale's healer?
Terpsichore.
Terpsichore. God, I miss Terpsichore.
Yeah, I love that. I basically got a god spell that gave me infinite squirrels. It was
Oh, that's
it was in Pathfinder, and like summon tiny animals as a first level spell, but through some shit that happened with a god, it got turned into a cantrip for her. So she could functionally just summon tiny creatures infinitely.
But it was limited to
Yeah.
squirrel.
Well, yeah, they had like, and it does have a duration. So like, I think we actually mathed out how many total squirrels I could summon before the
It was
first one
something
started
like
disappearing.
750 or something like that. It was
It was great.
Just-
Well, if there's one thing Magic the Gathering has taught me, no matter how big the celestial horror is, you can kill it with about 13 squirrels.
You just need enough of them. Okay, I'll let him turn back into. I'll
As I
set the toad down before I let him turn back into a elf.
Firemen's carry this guy.
Yeah, I do draw my sword just in case, just kind of a like, or hand on the hilt, I'll say, like kind of
Yeah.
half out of the sheath, just does the accord hold? Kind of eyeballing him as he pops back.
He sits down and puts his hands like on the table, clasped in front of him. Like, you can see my hands. I am not reaching for any weapons. He's not screaming.
Yep.
He's
Okay. I turn to the group and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna get anything from this bird.
Well, you did good.
Kind of opens my eyes to some possibilities. Anyway, yeah, I've been running the conversation here for a little bit, so I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
all right.
Okay.
You guys feel free to continue the questioning if you.
Well,
Do you got any questions?
Now that he's in human form, does he have a better indicator of where the dragon or the cults are? Outside of possibly 20 villages.
I met with the I met with the Dragon Rider last night. I have been meeting with him every night this week. Normally we meet north of the approximately 2 miles north out of town.
Okay. I do not have no ritual magic.
So does that suggest that the Dragon Rider is a villager here, or just living very close to the village, but not in...
Dragon Rider is not a villager. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. I
Cool.
know who
Would
the
you be-
Dragon Rider is.
Cool. Would
I
you be
do not
fine if we?
believe it.
Would you be fine if we killed the dragon and the Dragon Rider? And
I would
possibly
be fine if you killed the dragon. I do not know how you are going to reconcile killing the Dragon Rider.
Are you the Dragon Rider?
No. No, you
Who
fool.
is?
Prince Narenvain.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck. Oh, no.
Ooh, well then.
King Melindrak's son. Heir to the
Oh.
throne.
Well, pretty easy. You kill him and explain the situation.
I was thinking we just kill him and pass it off as the dragon killed him. We kill both of them and say the dragon killed him.
We could even give his son a heroic death and say he died fighting the dragon with us.
Yep.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What?
The one that Dellen Winterhound spoke so highly of.
Oh shit. I
Remember?
got questions for Dellen Winterhound then.
Well, as far as Dellen knows, he's the crown prince.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good and loyal subject of the nation. You know, he's the
He's got-
poster boy for what all elves should aspire to be.
Hold
Why
on, I
would
found
you
an
speak
image of the
ill
guy.
You found an image of Narenvain?
Yeah, but I can't post it in chat, so I'll post it.
Oh boy.
Let's see what he looks like then.
I mean, should we ask him like does he use magic? What are Narenvaid's preferred weapons?
He is skilled with the Elven Blade, as well as with a bow and arrow. He does have some magical powers.
A ranger or something.
I suspect that they are powers given to him by the mask.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shit. Oh boy. What else, guys? What else do we?
I made a deal with him during the battle. His mount swallowed my wife entirely. I was furious with rage. I didn't know what to do. I sank to my knees and pleaded for anything to stop the senseless violence. I didn't know who he was at the time. The voice was familiar, but he promised that he would leave Atlant alone so long as we gave him information of other targets.
Is there any chance you could give him a target that he and this dragon might attack themselves and we could set up an ambush?
Nothing nearby. We're the only reasonable target within range of this dragon.
Do you know where the dragon bunks down then?
I suspect it's some place to the north. He fled to the south, and he came up with the plan that I would lead the troops south as a show of force to hide my alignment. Would give the dragon a couple of days to recuperate.
Oh, you didn't really know when you were a frog, but do you know if Melondrock knows?
I don't know.
From what we know, did Melondrock's attitude towards the situation seem to have, like, shifted at any point, or did he always seem suspicious, like, from the beginning, like, when we first reported shit, basically, like, the very first meeting of the lords that we were called into?
Melondrock has never shown any emotion of. It's like arguing with a Vulcan.
Okay.
Melondrock is always like.
I guess
I've lived for literal centuries.
yeah,
A few weeks here or there is not going to make a difference.
Yeah, and I remember that much about, like, basically him being, like,
Older than piss.
needless. Well, no, but like kind of like almost like destructively, like, let's wait and see attitude.
Yeah.
But then, like you
But
pointed out,
he's
it's because
always
he's
been like that.
yeah. But then you also pointed out, like, yes, he's also very old, and it makes sense, especially with how much of, like, the area he kind of has dominion over.
I'm thinking we just kill him. We kill the dragon, and we say that the dragon attacked the prince, and we were too late.
I mean, that's if we can, like, get them together, which seemed like that was like a no on the, like, trying to ambush, because he wouldn't go specifically to anywhere. Like, I guess more now that he's himself again, like, kind of asking more about last night. Like, what was that specific discussion about?
He showed up last night demanding that I stop dallying in giving him the information. I had not given him any information until last night.
Okay. Well, okay, then I would be, wait, if this guy is the king's son, like, why would he need information from you about settlements in the kingdom?
Very specifically, I honestly don't know. I'm trying to. This is the bullshit that they give me to deal with.
What? Okay, so like you didn't make this up. This is the in-game plot hook, even though
Yeah.
like it makes literally no fucking sense
Yeah.
if you put it under any level of scrutiny.
According to the website that I got the photo from, he's out of favor with his dad. He's basically been kicked out of.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Ah.
what the website
Fuck.
said.
Fuck if I
Okay,
know what's
well,
going on.
That changes a lot.
Um,
It's not in this goddamn book.
Okay.
Yeah, after a very fierce discussion, Narenbane was exiled.
Okay, so that makes more sense because if he's literally an exile of the kingdom, then yeah, he probably assuming it was probably a while ago. So he might not know where current settlements and shit are.
Yeah.
Uh,
It doesn't say that in here.
Okay.
Or he wouldn't know if his father reinforced them or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, that makes sense. I mean, even if it doesn't say it in the book, I'm down with going with that if you are,
Yeah,
Stan. 'cause,
I'm
like,
fine with that. However you guys want this to make sense. I've been spinning my wheels on this for like 2 weeks, okay?
Okay. I guess like how much this makes sense is going to ultimately depend on what Melendrock's whole connection is with the situation, but we won't
Yeah.
know that until we get there. Okay, so an ambush. I mean, would this be something we maybe could call on the lords for, or like report? I mean, definitely, I think we should report this to the Harpers or who gave us the investigate Melendrock plot hook.
Dellen did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dellen
the
the Hound.
The paladin.
No,
No,
the king's
like the
assistant.
king's assistant.
Oh, okay.
Who basically said, if Melendrock is taking too long to decide this, Narenvane is a man of action.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that changes this hook entirely.
Yeah.
I
have question Dellen in my notes.
Well, I think we need to go to the king then.
Which is why, like I said, it doesn't show anything about Narenvane being like exiled, so that's why I thought
that's fine though. Like
I thought that was a great hook. That was written by me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the aide talking to us?
No, the aide talking to you guys, like him suggesting Narenvane though as a man of action.
Well, no, that's great though, because that means that like if the aide is like go to Narenvane and now we find out Narenvane's like literally high-end cult, like one of their leaders basically, because that's what the masked people are, right? Yeah, so like that means that this dude Dellen either tried to send us to our deaths, or and the fact that we were ambushed on the way here would lead into that credence as well. So yeah, I think that also kind of exonerates the king, because if this dude's basically going behind the back to throw shade on the king to try to get us to liaise with Narenvane, then like the original thing was like it looked like the king might be suspicious. I think it now looks like the complete opposite, and the king has no idea what's going on in his own house.
That's very true.
You know what? I bet you the day we got attacked at the weigh-in, I bet you the king got a knife in his back.
No, hopefully not. I think we need to make it to the capital of the elves like immediately. So I'd say that's our next course.
Well,
like
I'd say your next course is taking out the dragon leader, the worm speaker.
Okay, we need to take out Narenvane.
Do we know where he is? I thought that was like a no.
You know he is somewhere in the Misty Forest.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I guess track and hunt this dude. Like we're on an assassination mission then.
So I guess this time we should probably do like a zigzag pattern through the forest, maybe, or get some of the local hunters. I can tell you where I met. Like
he lets you know. I can show you where I met with him the first time, and where I met with him subsequent times.
That's perfect, because that'll give like if there's at least 3, we have like a triangulation point for like potential distances where the dragon could be coming from. I'm assuming the dragon was with him each time.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. Yeah. So that's the map information we needed that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
So
does-
like, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You.
I was just gonna say, like we've got our next objective. We know what we're doing. We know what we're going after.
Yes.
I was hoping we could call it pretty soon because it's like
Yeah.
9:47,
Yeah.
and we
Sounds
went
good.
like pretty late the last time because I think
Yeah.
it was almost 11. I think by the time we
Yeah.
It
called
was.
it. So
Okay, yeah. So real quick, so does he have another meeting planned with Naren Vane?
No. Naren Vane
No.
got what he wanted last night.
Oh, okay. Shoot. You know what? That's probably the whole point of the Speak with Animals yesterday, is we might have known about the meeting. Darn. Well, yeah.
I'm guessing Naren Vane just showed up. It sounded like that's what he said, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Ooh,
Gotcha.
we also have a data point. He was wet.
Yeah.
And it wasn't raining. So
Yes.
like there's got to be a body, like what kind of dragon is it?
Green dragon.
Green.
What are green dragons?
The forest. They're
Okay, just forest
poison.
ones. Forest and
Poison.
poisons. Okay. But so almost definitely his base is near a large body of water.
Yeah.
Potentially even underwater. Maybe
Waterfall?
like a cave or a waterfall, yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
So large body of water. We've got some different meeting spots, and that the dragon was there each time. I think we've got like a pretty good idea of like which direction to head out of those data points, unless I'm crazy.
No,
Yeah,
that's about right.
Yeah, maybe we'll just say for next time, like maybe we can, like, get a triangulated spot of the
Well,
meeting.
Yeah, I think we're like on hunt and destroy next time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've basically sussed out all of this information now. I'm just saying instead of
you have gotten through the story part. Now it is time for the dungeon part.
yeah, because this was basically like at the when we were talking about triangulation, Jessica would have piped up with the like, ooh, the bird said he was wet.
Yeah.
The
Because that's not a weird sentence.
bird said the man was wet.
But yeah, so yeah, I was just trying to kind of gloss over, like, it seems like we've got it. It would just be like talking about minutia at this point. So
You guys got through a whole 3 columns of adventure plot.
hot
Yep.
damn.
Wow.
That's a page and a half.
Hey man, that happens. I had plenty of Crimson Throne and
Oh,
and,
I know. I just letting you guys know. This is how much I've managed to. I wanted to get you guys through, like Atlant and whatnot, and just make that tonight. I didn't want to run any combat, but like
That's fine.
maybe there might have been something if you guys had attacked Ellen or something, which you
Technically,
got
we
as
did.
close to you could as without going over.
God, I was not expecting that at all. But it's like, as soon as I had like almost irrefutable confirmation from the bird, like I felt like there was no reason not to basically just stomp this guy and be like, tell us everything you know.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It worked out well.
I definitely wasn't expecting the frog, and that even worked out better. So
Well, I mean, it was.
It gave me a good reason to why you missed.
fair enough. But
From
yeah,
a story standpoint.
I liked that it worked out in the way that like it gave us the like we didn't have that like standoff where he might start shouting and cause a big scene. Like we basically got to work through the trust part with a frog first.
And now Jessica knows that Speak with Animal is useful.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a trick up the sleeve. And like anything, it's a resource. But yeah, so basically, like setting next session would be setting out with a path or a quadrant in mind. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose just for like
The
preparation
next
purposes.
section is titled "Into the Forest," so
Yep.
Yeah, we can say that we triangulated with him,
Yeah.
or we used the map to triangulate, just so Stan knows what to.
Yeah. We don't have it pinpointed, but we've got some pretty good ideas based on the
Yeah.
information we were able to get.
cool. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with how this all went. Very interesting
concerns.
session.
Does Galen have any poison resistance gear he can give us off the cuff?
Fuck no!
It was worth a shot to ask. You
This
never
guy
know
is
unless
the
you ask.
sheriff of Podunk Nowheresville.
I mean, it
You
used
never-
to be Podunk Okaysville before it got all exploded.
It was a settlement of 600 people.
I grew up in a town of like, God, I'm trying to think of when we weren't in the vacation seasoning. I'm pretty sure we were less than 3,000. So
I've lived in a town of 3,000 and I've lived in a town of 275. Okay,
hmm
600 is not much.
Fair enough.
It's not. It's you 600. You basically know everyone. So
hmm
they went from what 600 down to 100,
300.
300.
300. Yeah. So everyone probably lost at least 2 people.
hmm
Just
Yeah,
to
Anyway,
put into context.
Real
I'm
rough.
ready to
Alright.
get going.
Catch you guys in
Okay.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Go get some
See you guys.
sleep, Steven.
You guys have a good night.
You too.
I've been sleeping most of the day.
Get more sleep.